What's up, Solutionaries? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Welcome to the Mods 2 ratio. Having a bit of a technical difficulty. Y'all let me know in the comment section if y'all can hear me. We're going to play it straight from the beginning because we behind schedule. Let's get right into it. We got Cory Holcomb versus Anton
Because they don't got no
Daniels.
profile picture.
Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me.
You
Give
know
me
what?
some
I
noise.
I promise to God, bro.
And they
on
scared to
the
step
actual
forward.
chat.
I don't pay attention. I think them type of niggas jerk off in their socks.
Yeah.
Well, now they've gotten so savvy where they can actually put a picture, but you open it up and it's like, oh, no post, no nothing. It's like,
Somebody
oh,
said-
okay.
We don't take that serious.
Let me give some shout outs. What's up? Dwayne from ATL. Albie Fresh says Anton embarrassed us. Who else in here? I see Bookwormer here. I see Albie Fresh. I see our brother Wild Self. Who else we got? If you're watching on X, comment, let me know. Let's get right into it. We're going to go through this whole episode.
Exactly. Keyboard cowards is what I call them.
Somebody said what Craig had here on Time Out. Craig had a show, folks.
That's right.
Craig going out here doing his thing.
Papa Craig.
But anyway, let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. There's so much to say. I know we ain't gonna be able to get to it all, but
We gonna try?
there's so much to say. I gotta ask you this, just off top.
I'm with it.
How do you feel? Because we ain't gonna do all politics, because that ain't what the show
We
about.
gotta get there though.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't want you to miss no points.
All right, I'm with it.
What do you feel about this nation as they jack other nations for their resources and play it off like it's other reasons?
Good
I
question.
I'm
think
talking
that's
about
part
this
of the
nation, the U.S.
That's the part of the game.
When you say the part of the game, I don't understand. Do you think?
Everybody done been conquered. Slavery didn't exist way before we ever came in here. So I don't see what the problem is.
Well, I
Now, let me stop right there, Solutionaries. This is what's going on, all right? I want y'all to understand that tonight's show, obviously, everybody, y'all know the routine. We started a little bit late, but we're going to get straight to it. We're having a sit down between Anton Daniels and Cory Holcomb. It is the viral sensation of today. I wanted to have this, let the show play through, give a play-by-play, because honestly, both sides of this argument or these arguments are represented. Do you have people in our communities that think you got to be either or? What I mean by that is you got to be Carlton or you got to be Will. And you don't have to be. You can be Carlton sometimes, you can be Will sometimes. But the reality is you should be a good person regardless of your approach every single time. Now, both of these conversations seem to exist in like a duopoly. Okay? They'll try to package it as if, if you're this, you can't be that. If you're that, you can't be this. And sometimes that becomes at odds with each other, right? Or they at least try to paint us to be at odds with each other in here. So I thought this was a great conversation as it relates to the dichotomy that they try to pit us against in our communities all across the country. And so that's what tonight's show is going to be, right? So we're going to go through, I'm going to give you guys my perspective. Y'all know how we do this. We're applying solutions. We talk about pop culture issues. We talk about anything. Anything we talk about on this show, we're going to tie it back into a solution. Now, there are going to be certain things that Anton Daniels obviously is representing more of the right of center perspective of that so-called split. And Cory Holcomb would identify more as the left side of that, right? There are things that Anton Daniels and Cory Holcomb says that I agree and disagree with. And we're going to start right now with this question, which was, how does Anton Daniels feel about the United States government taking other people's stuff? As it relates to Venezuela, as it relates to, give it a second, they're about to try to do it again back in Iran. And the answer by Anton Daniels is a part of the reason why we got to have well-rounded discussions and legitimately, D-Simp says you can't hear me. Let me know in the chat if everybody can hear me well. Sometimes if y'all can't hear me, try to hit refresh, but because that may be you and not every single person. But anyway, when the answer that he gave was, that's a part of the game. Slavery existed before us, such and such and such. That's just what happens. That is somewhat true. However, it's also easy to say, I understand why a empire would do that, but I don't think it's morally righteous. See, that's a overall and robust statement. And as solutionaries, I want to make sure that we are having robust and full conversations. I am morally opposed to extending the empire this way just in the name of, well, everybody else do it. Like, there's nowhere else that somebody does something that you think is morally wrong, and then you say, well, the other people did it. Okay? This is why Anton Daniels sometimes get that perspective where he's like, yo, you just taking up for the right side of the aisle politically, and there's no moral component to it. All right? Let's continue.
I tell you like this, I cannot respect men who are claim jackers. Like I don't
Like what? Give me an example.
Like the United States.
No, give me an example, like a real life thing. Like, what did they take?
The United States.
Like taking this country?
Not just taking this country. How do you think you got here?
Yeah, the transatlantic slave trade.
You smart man.
Right. I studied it. I know all about it.
So it's very hard to be respectful of what is here when me, for example, as an African-American male, I know how I got here. I didn't take the cheap flight on Frontier here.
This is another misnomer that happens all in our community a lot. This argument that all of us came here because of the transatlantic slave trade. That's been debunked. Ivan Van Sertima has wrote they came before Columbus, and there's all different types of conversation around it. Now, obviously, that's even outside of the fact that none of us physically watching the show, if you happen to be of African American, right? Because solutionaries come black, white, everything in between. None of us were brought here in the transatlantic slave trade. None of us physically, obviously, right? My elders, ancestors, shouts to our generations, prior to us, they put a lot of work in on these lands. So this argument about, well, we were brought here the wrong way first, that concept is, how do you know that, were our people great or not? From my understanding or overstanding, Black people traversed the entire planet, circumnavigated the whole planet before certain white folks were even out of Europe. So on one hand, we say our greatness, we did all of these other different things. But then on the other hand, when convenient is, our ancestors were brought here and all of us came here as slaves. And none of us physically came here as slaves. There is a way to robustly say there is something wrong with taking people's stuff. And if you're going to use the conversation of slavery as a part of that, you have to tell the whole story. So this is where Cory Holcomb and a lot of people that identify more on the left, they kind of get picking and choosing when we was kings and was we not, right? Or others will go, well, man, they ain't got nothing to do with the future, with right now. They ain't got nothing to do with da-da-da-da. But then at the same time say that your past creates your future. Every so-called side gets manipulated into only telling one side of the story as opposed to recognizing a full, robust, and richer side of the story so we can explain what happened, the sequence of events. When you watch a movie, you don't just start scene 7. There's a build-up. You can't just jump into scene 7 without context, and that matters. Very important.
Sold by Africans.
They what?
They were sold by Africans.
You saying all the people were sold by Africans?
How you think what you think white people came over there and got us?
Yes.
Now, this is another, I'm sorry, y'all. Again, guys, pardon me for tonight. I'm going to try my best to not hit pause too much, but they're going to say a lot of stupid shit tonight. Both sides. Okay? So Anton then goes to the super predictable, well, we sold ourselves. First of all, even if you go on with that story as it relates to the transatlantic slave trade or the MAFA, M-A-A-F-A, okay? That's Black people's so-called Holocaust, for lack of a better term, to paint a picture for y'all that may not be familiar with that definition or that word, okay? If you're saying if you're going with that, well, we sold ourselves to each other. You didn't even have a concept of that little bit of chattel slavery. Indentured servitude, yes. Chattel slavery, no. But anyway, my bad, y'all. I'm not going to pause so much. My bad, y'all.
No, they were sold.
So
they just capitalized off of it better than the Africans did.
Okay, so you're saying that all of the Black people that were brought here were sold by Africans.
Correct.
So the white people they were just doing transactions over there.
Absolutely. It was capitalism. See, the thing about white people, you think that racism is inherently in them. Racism is inherently in all of us. Black people is some of the most racist people I've ever seen in my entire life.
See what I'm
We
talking
don't
about?
even like each other.
So can I ask you a question?
No,
Why do you
hold
think-
on. Let's
why-
stay there.
Okay.
We don't even like each other. And so black people participate. Some of the first slavers in the United States of America was black people. That's the truth. So what I'm trying to understand is
Was slavery in the United States before?
slavery existed thousands of years before we got here.
Okay.
Slavery was on every single continent in this world. That's a fact. Now, the thing that's a problem with it is that, then this is the problem that I have. What you niggas want?
What do you mean when you say what you mean?
What do y'all want?
What
Like,
do you want?
because y'all complaining about it over and over again, and I'm trying to understand what is it that y'all looking for? What is going to help
a
y'all?
whole thing that has happened.
Because I'm solutions oriented, and I'm tired of niggas that ain't never been through shit complaining about shit that they ain't never been through.
If you black in the United States, you've been through some shit.
This is the forever dichotomy, and y'all are seeing it. And I don't think that Cory Holcomb, to Bookworm's point, I don't think Cory Holcomb's informed enough, nor do I think that Anton Daniels is informed enough. I'd bet dollars to donuts neither one of them even knows who Ivan Van Sertima is. And they came before Columbus, so forth and so on.
But I'm tired of niggas complaining about shit that they have never been through.
Like-
You've been through some shit, but you ain't been through that.
I don't
And so-
understand. What are you saying? Like, I'm
Because
trying to
most of the
make
niggas that's complaining about it ain't never even really seen real racism. These is new niggas. All of these internet niggas right here, these is new niggas.
So are you saying black people in the United States, some of them have skipped over racism?
Yes, definitively.
Come on, man.
Definitively. You have a greater chance of being killed by somebody that look like you than to ever interact with somebody that don't look like you and kill you.
But do you
That's a
understand?
See, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna try my best to let these clips play longer. Okay. However, when I hear dumb shit or shit that's missing so much context and nuance, I just start to be like, bro, you missing. So Anton, and again, this is why this turned into a viral clip. And again, this is a real reaction right now that I'm watching with y'all. I have not watched this entire clip the whole time. I like to have genuine reactions when we doing lives on the show Wednesdays or whenever we're doing it, right? This argument that, oh, as a black person, you're more inclined to be killed by your people that look like you than anybody else. That's accurate across all so-called races in America. Crime is about proximity, not about race. White people in white neighborhoods are more likely to get into it with white people from that neighborhood. Same with Asians in Asian neighborhoods, Indians in Indian neighborhoods. Like, that's a thing. So, like, run into that as if it's the reason, or only that case with black people is a reason why some people go, Anton, what the fuck are you talking about? I want to be very clear to y'all tonight. Neither one of these individuals alone, I get some of the points that they make, but both so-called sides got talking points, and there's some truth to them. But, like, come on. There's so much missing. Neither one of these individuals are very, Anton said he's solution-based. I get why he says that, but he's not well-informed and robust and then applying a solution. And even if he is for his own individual right, when he makes these statements, it comes off clickbaitish, but it's so much other parts of the conversation that's missing. To say it as if that's the sum total. Black people hate each other. That's why there's interracial crime. That's why black on black crime is so high. Black people, white people, Asian people, whatever people, kill that group of people at equal or similar rates across the board. It's when you got to start talking about data, FBI statistics, if you believe in that type of thing, and that's important. Let's continue.
Fact.
Do you understand that it's made like that on purpose? The position
It's the system.
the
The system
position
against
is-
us. I got it.
Okay, but the position you and your people are in,
Who is my people?
black people, do you claim black people?
I'm a Christian first. I claim.
Well, I think
claim-
something's wrong with that. If you don't want to say you're a black man first, I think something wrong with
Black
that.
is a construct. They told you that you was black.
Okay, well,
that's why
brown.
you start
Brown
believing it.
then.
No.
Maybe
We
I'm
not
brown.
brown. We not black. We not none of that shit.
Oh, well, what are we?
We not none. For me, I'm a believer in God. That's what I am. My
Bro, you hiding and running, and it's kind of true. If you believe in your belief system and your faith tells you that, oh my God. Chat, tell me if I'm tripping. I want to hear from y'all in the comment section too. Tell me what y'all think. Also, guys, if you get some value from the show, this supports our work. If you're watching on YouTube, super chat. We try to get 10 folks at the $20 level to make $200 that goes towards our work, our Second Amendment work, our community center work, all that other good stuff. And also donate at givesendgo.com/solutionary. Support the chat, support the work, all of those are the good things. Bookworm or somebody else, y'all put it in the chat. I'll make sure I throw it up on the screen. Guys, I want to hear from y'all. Do not black, white, everything in between. I want to hear the pros and cons, or cons if you disagree with either side is saying. I want to hear y'all in this actual chat. Because just because something is true doesn't mean that there isn't other things being left out. And I'm seeing a lot of that shit happening right now from Anton.
foundation is always going to be Christianity, Christ, Jesus first. I don't claim none of that other shit. You're not gonna get me to believe in you based off of some shit that you can't control. You didn't pick it. And the thing about other cultures, whether you black, Chinese, Asians don't fuck with each other just because they're Asian. Chinese people and Japanese people and Taiwanese people, they're all different. Koreans are different. All white people don't fuck with all white people. So why do I have an obligation to fuck with somebody just because he black?
Okay.
And then the definition of how you define black is based off of something that a white man gave to you.
Okay, well, and trust me, brother. You white people, let me tell you something. I know Caucasian people that have looked at me and threw me licks. But I am from Chicago.
And
where
I'm from
it was-
Detroit.
It was Chicago is very segregated. I knew nothing about Caucasian people until I moved to Los Angeles. And a lot of the stories I heard, it turned out to be just that. But back to this Christianity, you have to understand this. You were taught that by the people who kidnapped you. Is that a lie?
Nope.
Okay, so
We was taught everything that you know on this earth, it was taught to you. The racism that you have in your heart, it was taught to you.
you say I'm racist?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I studied you.
Wow.
I studied you.
This is why
Where
I
am
wanted-
I racist? I don't know a lot of racism in me. But maybe
Absolutely.
you can show me something I don't know.
We're gonna
This
get
is
there.
why I wanted
We'll
you
get
guys
there.
to start the show off in your own bubble.
No,
I
when
don't wanna-
Brother Anton Daniels was talking to me on the phone, I knew that we didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things,
Yeah,
but
we
I
talked about
believe
that.
we can have a conversation like men.
Now, I respect that tremendously. I think both of these dudes have a quarter of the information. And I think they're more interested in being right as opposed to becoming whole and unifying the demographic. They both, well, at least Cory does, say like, hey, I'm for the black community, this, that. And to a certain extent, Anton does too. But I think both of them are thoroughly misinformed and are solid on their talking points. Talking points don't translate into wisdom, though. But I do agree with the ability to sit down and have what was supposed to be a civil conversation. I agree with that.
I was like a lot of stuff he's saying right now, I disagree with so much. But
Both of us.
I'm going to try to make a point because I have the hopes. I have the hopes in reaching him in a way. You know what I'm saying? I know that ain't guaranteed. I'm not.
And
blind
I
or
have the
stupid.
hopes that I'm gonna get y'all off of the Democratic plantation.
Yeah, because I don't know nothing about the Democratic plantation.
Everything that
as
you
fuck.
speak of, it's a reflection of the same thing that they speak of. So you may not claim it, but you're a reflection of it.
Well, if I reflect something that is this Democratic plantation, I tell you what, I really don't study a Democratic plantation. I try to study being a stand-up human being where when I look in the mirror, I don't see a slick motherfucker.
Correct.
That's who I am.
Fair.
I'm with it.
Fair.
I don't like slick motherfuckers.
That's the first thing we agreed on.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad we got there. But I get labeled all the time. I was talking to a young lady on the phone the other day, and she said, "I know you hate the what's the lady who calls herself a doctor? I'm blanking right now.
Oh
Right.
my God.
Dr. Bryant." And I'm like, I don't hate nobody. Where do you get hate from? And then I was on the internet. Every once in a while, I look at the pages that use my likeness and image and everything, and I listened to some of the stuff they said, and I was called bitter, and I don't know how to get money. But anyway, coincidentally, today I'm talking to a brother who knows how to work the internet well and get money.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it's like everything comes in its season for a man like me. I don't say I got all the answers to everything, but I am willing to talk logically to people who I feel like are able to communicate. That's what I'm saying. Because like the stuff you saying, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, that's your personality too. Like,
And it would be boring to hear just one person's take or views on things. This makes it.
Now, here's where they both playing political. And a lot of people do this. And you're not going to hear that from me on the Solutionary channel. Anything Solutionary. Both of these gentlemen think they're smarter than they actually are. They both are. Both of these gentlemen are going to say, yeah, it's good for us to sit down and have a conversation. As we see later on in the show, from what I understand, that Anton got kicked off the show. They was about to fight, then made up, because people in theory, but they don't practice it. That's one thing to say something potentially, but I need your potential to be kinetic. So both of these gentlemen are acting like they're smarter than they are, and none of them are actually serving the communities that they actually say they serve. And they don't have to. And both of them actually agree in areas more than they disagree. Like, both of them are fucking selfish. Both of them. They won't say it, or maybe they will, but both of them are like, I'm getting mine. Whether that's getting mine by saying you highlighting, you trying to hurt us, or you got to pull yourself out by the bootstrap. Both, when it's just one side of the conversation or one side's talking points, or you got to get off the Democratic plantation, or, oh, the white man taught you that. When your talking points are steeped in that and there's nothing else to it, and you can't point to, this is what I actually do for my community, I'm going to call you bullshit. And that's 99% of all of the people on the political right or political left. This is why I say to you, you got to be Carlton and Will. Most people talk that shit. All of these people that's super pro-black on the internet, the fat dude with the double chin from the Grits and Eggs podcast, talk all of this shit about black people, fuck the white man, fuck the white man, fuck the white man. What do you actually do to serve a community? Do you know why I can say that and call both of these gentlemen right here not as well read as they think they are, not as informed as they are, but they can speak well about the small section of information that they have? I can say that because I have been both of these people. I've evolved past them, and I've dedicated the better part of the last decade to service to the community. More specifically, the urban demographic that I grew up in, because I want that to change because I'm there a lot. And at the same time, that in turn helps all of America. I've done the actual service. Black anarchism says I'm bugging. Oh, we gonna put the call-in line up so y'all can run away. Y'all can talk that shit, but then when Big Daddy 2 Ray open up the call lines, y'all gonna oh, I can't call in, I'm at work. Yada. The talking points, the Democratic plantation, the white man made me do it. We ain't got no, you a victim. You're not a victim at all. These are quarter waters. These is juice. They ain't even 50-cent juices. Quarter waters. 75% of the whole situation missing from both sides.
Interesting.
Excuse me, ma'am. You need a mic, ma'am. You can ask on the mic. Goddamn.
Anton, just a clarifying question. What about, are you comparing racism with prejudice? Is it, do you think black people can truly be racist, or are we just prejudiced?
No, I think that there's a lot of people that hate white people. like straight up hate white people. And it's very unfortunate because they're not even the ones that's winning over here. We compare ourselves against a group of people that the majority of them is on food stamps and welfare. They would be a disappointment to their ancestors.
Right, but isn't true racism a system that controls access to,
Well, that's the argument, right? The argument is
we can't make sure white people don't get access to certain schools and programs.
Why would you want
and things
to?
like that.
the main way that they
You need to be empowered to be racist, to be quite
But
honest.
see, that's what I was
we'll
going to
get
say.
that.
Y'all,
We'll get to that.
that's the argument that black people make, is that you can't be racist if you can't actually have an impact on another group of people. So it's supposedly systemic. It's false.
Really?
I just seen a guy that used to be the president of the United States of America that wanted to becoming the president of the United States of America for the second time, almost get everything taken away from him. Literally. And he was basically being taken down by black people. Kamala Harris, Letitia James, who was the, in New York, Fani Willis, down in Georgia. All of those are black women, specifically that met with Kamala Harris months before they actually started this campaign during the Biden administration. And it's so funny to me because then I have to ask myself the question.
He going on a sidebar, y'all. He's implying that President Donald Trump almost had everything taken away from him by black people, and to address the point that black people can be racist and they could have taken Donald Trump's power away. Donald Trump's power was not taken away. And this argument that this is what makes racism means, let me give you all a definition. Racism is the belief that one group of people is superior or inferior to one so-called racial group. The argument that you can't actually be that and view that because you don't have the ability to limit their power, that ideology comes from something that the late, great Dr. Frances Cress Welsing broke down in her great, amazing book called The ISIS Papers. I think some of it is I disagree with, but I think she was kind of like, right there. But in the part of, if you cannot systemically stop another group of people from achieving power, then you can't be racist. But under the definition of, her definition of racism, which is the genetic fight for resources to stop genetic annihilation, anybody can fall from that. And if it's race-based, anybody can do that. Whether you have the power to implement it on other people or not is an addition. So this argument that black people can't be racist because systemic racism has to have a system, but the definition of racism being, I think that one group is inferior or superior to another, right? Those two things are kind of contradictory, but I understand what people mean by that. So if you haven't read The ISIS Papers by Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, I read that shit in high school. If you haven't read the United Independent Compensatory Program for Victims of White Supremacy, aka Racism, by Dr. Neely Fuller, I read that shit in high school. It's a black and white book about this thick. It's like a workbook. Okay? If you haven't read those things, you won't really understand why some of those black people have said, well, it's a system. And we can't deny that it's a system because of the fact that there has been gun control. Systemically was said, you black people cannot have guns. That is a system. There's laws, culture, statutes, legislation targeting a specific group, which makes it a system. So you can't deny there are certain things that are systemically racist. But at the same time, you can't say, well, just because you can't make a system does not mean that you cannot be racist. This is where both sides have a point, but they're also fucking wrong. Okay? But if you just highlight the part where you make sense in your talking point and you leave out 75, 80, 90% of that conversation, to a person that don't know, you seem like you sound smart.
Well, listen, if this is a construct and if it's all about white people and all of the energy is going towards a person that black people fucked with before he actually ran for president of the United States of America, but we champion Barack Obama.
Not me.
No. Take yourself out of it. We talking about the culture. It may not necessarily be you individually.
Fair.
But we as a culture fuck with him.
Fuck with who?
Barack Obama and his wife. We fuck with him.
Fair.
As a culture, we champion him. We absolutely do. And he didn't give y'all shit except for gay marriage.
You know I know that. That's why I ain't
vote,
arguing with
Anton?
you on this
So
point.
absolutely I vote.
Are you independent? What do you?
I'm a Republican.
You didn't know that?
I'm a
I
straight up,
I know
up
who
and
is, but I
down
don't want
Republican. And matter of fact, people need to really understand their history because Republicans were the party of black people. It's the original.
Cory's laughing, but fucking Anton is correct here. He is. The Democratic Party. That's why the right gets away with saying, to a certain extent, the Democrats are the party of the Klan or the Democratic plantation. The Democrat Party was, but at the same time, that was then and that's history. And historically, Anton is correct. But let's not act like the GOP of today is the GOP that fucking Frederick Douglass was a part of. Frederick Douglass, the Republican. So I don't even know if Cory Holcomb understands the power and what magnitude of a man, scholar, hard worker, orator, writer, entrepreneur that Frederick Douglass was. Frederick Douglass, the abolitionist, the Republican, was top tier Hall of Fame, the best Republican or conservative of all time. So I don't think Cory Holcomb knows that. But if people check my file, I gave a whole breakdown of, because most Republicans don't know that. But when I was on stage at CPAC a few years ago, I gave a whole dissertation about Frederick Douglass on that stage at CPAC. But Cory Holcomb's laughing because he doesn't understand that. He still's the type of person that thinks that, well, if you're black, you're supposed to be with the Democrats.
Original party of black people. They were the party that actually freed the slaves. Lincoln was a straight up Republican. When you're talking about the emancipation, when you're talking about 18.
Lincoln was a fucking racist. I'm sorry, y'all. I know I keep pausing. Lincoln was a fucking racist that wanted more federal government. Stop. Stop with this. Stop with it. Everybody's fucking wrong. Abraham Lincoln was not a friend of black people. It literally said, quote, everything I'm saying, if I'm lying, I'm flying. You can toss it up, challenge me, whatever. All right? Abraham Lincoln literally was like, yo, if I could have kept the Union together without freeing the slaves, I would have did it. Stop. Cut it the fuck out. See, this is where we got to grow as whole humans. You get so attached to the identity associated with your side that you don't want to tell the whole story. And I'm going to sound like a broken record all night. Anton doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about there. He doesn't. Abraham Lincoln was not a fucking friend of black. Stop.
1865, when you're talking about what we stood for as conservative means that we're Christians. It means
It's not what conservative means politically. That's what a cultural conservative means. Conservative means limiting government.
that we don't fuck with that gay shit. It means, I'm telling you
Right,
what
are you
it, what
saying
it
you don't
stands
fuck
for.
with the, you don't fuck with the backdoor shit?
I don't.
I don't either. I don't.
That's what it's saying. What it means to be a Republican is this, because a lot of people like to say,
Because this is backdoor your Republicans.
and we
I know.
were taught
We'll
by
talk
our
about it.
parents.
Come on.
We were taught by our parents. We were taught by our parents that we vote Democrat no matter what, right? Regardless of what they stand for, regardless of the agendas that they push, regardless of how much nonsense that we see in our communities, regardless of how many people, how many Democrats actually destroyed our cities from Chicago to Detroit, all across the board. We were taught to vote that no matter what. You
I
vote
agree.
Democrat no matter what.
I agree.
But this is the difference between the parties on a very fundamental level, not complicated at all.
Really? You finna say it's a difference between the parties?
This is the difference.
I can't
This is
wait to hear this.
No. You may say that it's the same type of public politicians that take advantage of the taxpayers and take advantage of the people. The difference in the parties historically is Republicans want less government so you can do what the fuck you want to do. And Democrats
Fucking used to be. Supposed to mean. Republicans have the House, the Senate, and the executive branch right now. Republicans are currently expanding the surveillance state. Palantir, Peter Thiel. Elon just got a fucking huge whole bunch of government contracts to do the AI shit with the government. All right? Supposed to be. Not what the fuck is currently happening right now. What we have right now is a uni party, same boot. The front of it is one color, and for a few years, and the back of it is a different color for a few years, red and blue. Libertarians are what Republicans pretend to be and say this type of shit and have mouthpieces like Anton Daniels. That's the reality. But I don't even know if Anton understands what libertarianism is. If he thinks that conservative only means that means you Christian and you don't mess with the gay stuff. That's not what it means. That's a culturally conservative thing in the Christian faith. Limited government means I don't give a fuck what you do as long as it doesn't impact my property or my body. I can culturally disagree with you, but a limited government conservative goes and politically goes, whatever you do in your house, I don't even fucking want to know about it. I don't care. When you're talking cultural conservatism, then you're talking about someone's faith and value system. 100%. Okay? Parties don't do that. Parties figure out ways. This is why the founders of America, a lot of them being very limited government deists, were like, we just don't want government involved in whatever we do. Ben Franklin was over in France and Egypt and Europe doing all types of wild shit. So don't talk that to be conservative means Christian. That's what cultural conservatism means. Okay? Government is expanding more and more under Republican leadership. Right now you have people advocating for federal troops, ICE, coming into cities and states that do not want them there. They want them to trample on the 10th Amendment in the name of we got to get these illegals out of here. But pretending like Barack Obama didn't fucking get rid of so many illegals and deport all over the place. See, they play with you. They argue and market differently, but they're different colors of the boot at different times. While you are not informed about a robust way, then you have someone that kind of makes sense and you agree with them on this or agree with them on that from each side, but they're not telling you the whole story. Anton doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about right here.
Democrats want more control, so they want to control what your money is, where your tax dollars go, and what you can do with your money.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you this.
That's the fundamental difference.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Supposed to be, or used to.
And you don't have to believe me, but I'm just telling you.
I'm listening.
The people in charge are not Democrats or Republicans.
I understand that.
Kamala Harris is allowed to do whatever she's done.
We get that.
This new president, he's allowed to do whatever he is willing to do or they allow him to do.
Facts.
Everything is allowed. There are people in charge of this nation that flat out run shit. And if ain't nobody got the power to uproot them, then we're going to keep having people paying a whole bunch of money for houses and a fire hydrant don't work in front of it, but they'll charge you for the fire hydrant in front of your house.
But we got a less than 20% voter turnout rate in the local elections.
Well, you understand voting don't work, right?
It does work.
How?
It does,
it does and it doesn't.
You just missed it.
I heard everything you said. I can't wait till you tell me how voting makes a difference in this country.
We have a less than 20% voter turnout rate in local.
Ain't nobody going for the sucker shit no more. We got to go.
You're missing it.
You got to uproot the people in power before a real difference happens. Voting is for suckers.
It's not. People that don't vote are ignorant as fuck.
Well, I guess I'm ignorant because I would never participate in no
people
sucker
that
shit.
don't vote. And
I'm gonna show up and vote like.
Both sides, Cory and Anton, are right and wrong at the same time. Right here, perfect example. There is a low voter turnout rate for local races. Politics is local. The 10th Amendment, states' rights, very important. But if you don't get involved in primaries, if you don't get involved on a local and state level, if you don't get involved in city council, if you're not involved in the overall civic process, why? Why is this important? It's so important that we made a civics class over at solutionaryuniversity.org. So if you live in a city, don't know who your aldermen, city council people, budgeter, sheriff, insert whatever, you're not at those meetings. You're not even at you send your child to a school partially because they tell you have to, but you don't have to because you can homeschool. But you send your children there, but you're not a part of the budget meeting as it relates to what's going on at your children's education system. Locally, local politics, civic engagement on a local level, you have far more power than on the federal level. And this is what Cory's talking about. The Electoral College alone tells you that your popular vote is supposed to sway a national election a certain way, but the Electoral College voters cannot do what their constituents tell them to do in the Electoral College system. So it makes more sense to stay local with that. But if you associate, as you've been conditioned to be, if you associate voting only with the national, federal, presidential elections, and you see that, and you see his game, and both sides get in and do the opposite of what they said, like Trump has done this go around, did the opposite of what he said, then you think voting only means on those local elections, national elections, then you lost in the sauce, and you're not even involved in the community that you're in. Both of these gentlemen are right and fucking wrong at the same time right now. Let's look at some chats real quick. Bookworm says, the legitimate powers of government extend to such acts as only as are injurious to others. But it does me no injury for my neighbor to say there are 20 gods or no God. It neither picks my pocket or breaks my leg. Thomas Jefferson. Okay? Limited government means you do what you want to do in your house. That's one of the founders of America. The framework of the Constitution. Wrote the Declaration of Independence. With his contradictions. All right? Local voting is a thing. The civic process is more than just voting. Both of these gentlemen have a strong point and argument to make, but they're both wrong at the same damn time. And that's very, very dangerous. And because then it becomes divisive. Now we argue instead of understanding where each other is coming from and then creating solutions. Like, you could nullify so much bullshit by jury nullification. But what does media tell us? Oh, run away from jury duty. All your television shows have told you forever. Oh man, I got jury duty. Oh, as opposed to it being a civic responsibility and going, absolutely. I can't wait for them to call me for jury duty so I can nullify some bullshit, potentially save somebody's life and help them defend their freedom. But you're not told that. Media told you the opposite. Just like they told you you need to eat breakfast is the most important meal of the day. This is why we have to have these conversations. I was having a conversation with one of the solutionaries in the DMs today, right? And this person is attempting to lose weight and they gain some weight back. They enjoy a lot of fruit. Fruit has fructose. Fructose is a sugar. You eat a bunch of fruit when you're trying to lose weight, you will not lose weight because the fructose will spike the insulin. Insulin will store as fat. You'll store fat and you'll say, damn, I'm eating a lot of fruit. What's going on? But people like the taste of fruit. And they say fruits and vegetables. And that's what, and it's nothing wrong with fruit per se. But understand that just because it's not highly processed, refined sugar, if you're storing fruit, your body don't know the fucking difference. It may be degrees of it. But if you're not explained that way, you don't understand that. I'm rumbling with this. Okay? Somebody said that's not true. Clarify. I want to be very clear too. Before I hit play and continue. A few things, y'all. One, when you typing out stuff in the chat, type it out in full. Because I don't know what point you're referencing and or. Especially if you're disagreeing with me. Because let me be very clear. If you tapping in and you think you're smarter than me, I'm 78 years old and been reading the whole time. Okay? I promise you, you're not more well-read than me. There's a few people that are more. I'm a dork. I'm a dweeb. I'm a nerd. I'm an objective, critical, free thinker. So if you disagree, we put a call up in a second where you can call in, show your face. It ain't gonna be none of that hiding. I'm at work. Show your face. Tell me where I'm wrong. But I want you to fully explain it in the type first so I can understand where you're coming from. All right. My point here, guys, is there is a robust nature to answers. And if you're looking for full answers, that's how we grow. But if you're looking just to defend one side, somebody like me, when you run across me because you're defending one side and I can find out the 75% of the shit that you don't know, I'm going 1,000% destroy you. Okay? I'm 78 years old.
Like a sucker.
And not only is it ignorant.
We had Republican presidents. We had Democratic presidents.
You're not even
we in the same joint.
I'm talking about locally. You talking about
Right.
national.
I don't give a fuck if
It
it's
matters.
local.
It
I don't
matters.
give- if you
It
vote,
absolutely
that
matters.
means you in
It does
line.
matter.
No, if you vote first, the first thing that it means is that you respect your ancestors that died for your right to be able to do it.
Your
That's what it first-
ancestors,
that's-
your
It's
ancestors
so funny to
didn't
me.
do it like this. Because
yo-
people went to war when the government tried to overthrow the people and the power of the people. It was wars. There hasn't been a war inside the U.S. where the people who getting fucked over are doing something about motherfuckers with 30 felonies being the president.
It's a
it's
war.
all sucker shit
It's
going
a war
on.
every day. It's just not physical anymore.
Well, that's the problem.
It's
We
here.
need physical wars.
No, it's not.
Until
It's our
motherfuckers ready to
ignorance.
jump it off.
It's not.
We gonna always
It's
be
not.
talking.
It's
But
not.
see, real gladiators don't talk. Real
No, it's
gladiators make it happen. And the gladiators, I ain't gonna lie, we are under control right now. We haven't rose up and did what needs to be done.
Who
But
are you under control by?
It ain't, you under control by the people who will motherfucking blow this motherfucker up. We
So that's not a real answer. It's not a real answer. He has good talking points, no follow through. This is where people like Anton start to topple those types of arguments.
ain't stupid.
Who is he? Because I want to know who.
Why do
these-
you think that
I
ICE
wanna know
agent
who
was
these-
able to shoot
I
that
want to
woman?
know who the. Hold on. Let's be real. Fuck that woman.
Well, that's what you would say to somebody you don't know or whatever.
No.
But see, I'm on
You
the
missing
streets.
it.
I've been pulled over by the police.
Who ain't on the streets?
Or the
I'm in
ICE
Detroit.
agents or whatever.
You in LA. I'm in Detroit. I'm in the blackest city in the United States of America. I can move anywhere I want to go. I choose to stay in the core of my city, and I choose to participate
Fair.
in my neighborhood. I choose to tithe to the streets. I choose to put kids through college. I choose to interact and truly use my tax dollars and whatever it is and give jobs. I employ over 50 people. I put my money in my community
fair.
with my people.
Gotta respect that.
So I choose to engage. So when we talking about being in the streets, that don't count to me. I don't
Well,
hear
that's
that
what
shit.
should count.
I don't hear that
because
shit.
out there in the streets where the people live that you helping, they could get pulled over and shot by a cop, and an investigation will be said. But here's the truth: we know, if I believe you know this already, when the cops shoot you, ain't nothing you can do about it.
Oh my God, this is so crazy.
Do you think that's wrong? What I
This
said?
is so insane.
Is that what I said?
This is-
I
this
said
is
when the
so
cops
insane.
shoot you, ain't nothing you can do about it. Is that a
so-
lie?
This is so insane.
But you didn't answer it. Like,
I'm gonna answer your question.
okay.
I'm gonna answer your question. It depends on the circumstance.
That's fair.
And the interesting thing about it is this: the majority of the people, because you like to use a blanket statement. That's like me saying all black people are stupid.
Well, have you said all white people stupid?
No, I'm talking
Well,
about
you
cops.
should
I'm talking about
say that
cops.
one time.
I'm talking about
because
cops.
it's easy to
You're
say
not- you're
all
not
black
gonna
people are
gaslight me.
stupid as an example. Say something about the white people.
No. You're not.
I don't think you
white
got
people all the time.
Well, I didn't hear you. Can you tell me?
I
Because I,
talk
don't
about
know.
liberal
I hear
white
you talk
women
about
literally being the biggest enemy of the United States of America. That's the thing I say every single
Caucasian
day.
female, the biggest enemy of the-
Literally, white liberal women are the worst thing that ever happened to this country.
What about their men?
But we gonna
What-
get
what
there
about the men?
because you keep trying to get me to qualify it by participating and joining in on the core.
No, I think you're doing what's easy.
No. I'm doing what's real.
I think you don't want to go against them because if you go against them, it'll be some video of you going against them.
You
And when
know
I
what the
say
easy
them,
thing
I'm
is?
talking about your boss.
I don't have a
Oh.
boss.
We say that.
I don't
We
have a
say
boss.
that. But here's the truth.
I don't have a boss.
It's a reason you go after black males or black
I?
people
Do I?
quicker than you will go after white males. What are white males responsible for
No.
in this country as the downfall
I'm an
of
equal
it?
accountability smoke giver. I talk about everybody.
I'm just saying, I ain't heard you talk about white men
Well, you
since
ain't
you've
been
been up
listening.
here.
You ain't been listening.
Wait, see, I made a video on this. It's on the YouTube channel, guys. Hey, guys, please, everybody, hit the like button. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Okay, a lot of y'all that's watching are subscribed to the channel. If you're watching this on X, shouts to somebody Sky just reposted this on X. Everybody, if you're watching on X, just hit the repost button. It don't cost you nothing. It helps boost the signal, helps out with the show. Everybody that's watching, also subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't cost you nothing. All right, now let me say this. I don't have to be up in arms yelling at white people and being mad at white people. That's like counterproductive. And to a certain extent, that's kind of what Anton's position is coming from. He won't say it outright. But this need to be like, fuck the white man. Like, I don't need to like name call people. I need to gather my people that's trying to move forward of any background. If you're trying to move forward, black, white, anything in between, if you're a solutionary, you want to have more a productive life, huge shouts to Kai Sanat getting on the solutionary wave, okay? And self-improvement, being aware civically, politically, culturally, financially, health-wise, all of those different things. I don't need to yell at the white man, or yell at the black man. I don't need to do that in order to move forward and productive value. So we got to stop that. But let's get back to it.
You ain't been listening.
I've been listening to you.
No, you haven't.
I hear you
don't
taking
have,
the.
you don't have the capacity to be able to listen because you're too busy.
No. You got me
No.
wrong.
You too busy.
My capacity, that you just criticized, that's an opinion. Here's the fact. Have you seen something about Caucasian males and how they
Absolutely.
destroy this nation? Well, what did I miss?
Let's slow down because you talking loud, but you're not saying a lot.
No, you talking
you talking loud,
and you still talking around. What did the Caucasian male do to America to bring it down?
I'm not getting into that.
You dancing around it.
No,
and
I'm
that's
not.
why I lose respect for you when you start dancing and kissing Caucasian males' ass.
But I don't.
Don't do that in front of me because I'm not
Cory,
an ass kisser
Cory,
of nobody.
Yes, you are. You suck the dick of black people right now. You doing the easy shit. What you do, let me tell you what you do.
Nah,
See,
homie, let me tell you something, homie.
Ain't nobody gonna tell you.
I don't
ain't nobody
suck
gonna
dick.
tell you to,
I
yeah,
don't
you do.
suck
Yeah,
dick.
you do.
So fix
You doing
that.
it right now.
I don't suck dick, homie.
You doing it right now.
Homie, believe me when I tell you. I don't
Believe me
do
when I
that.
tell you.
I don't do that.
Listen.
So don't come at me with no dick sucking shit.
I'm gonna give you the same
Let's
energy
switch
you give me.
Let's
switch
switch
it.
Switch seats.
Oh.
I'm with it.
Homie, I don't do no dick sucking shit. I'm a motherfucking man. I don't do no dick sucking shit, homie.
I don't give a fuck about none of
Well,
that
I
shit.
tell you
fuck
what,
about
watch
none of
that
that.
dick sucking shit, because that'll go bad.
Call it what you want.
I don't do no dick sucking,
You say a
homie.
lot of shit that I don't fuck with either. You think I
Okay,
give a
but
fuck about what you
that
talking about,
gay
nigga?
shit, oh, you
I
go.
don't give a fuck about what you talking
Hey,
about.
homie, I
Move
tell
the
you
mic.
what.
I'm right here.
Don't put
You
no
switching
dick
seats
sucking
don't mean
shit.
to me.
Don't put no
I'm from
dick sucking
Detroit,
shit on me, nigga.
I'm from Detroit.
Say
right
I
now.
suck a dick again.
I'm right here, right now.
All right.
All right, that's
Now,
what I'm saying.
I'm gonna respect you.
Dance around it. Dance around it.
No. I'm
I don't do no dick sucking shit.
I'm gonna respect you because it's your platform, and I flew out here to have a conversation.
We good.
But
We
you're not
good.
bossing up on me.
Yo,
We good. I did already. I don't do
Nigga, we
dick
can put the
sucking shit.
microphone right down
Yo.
right now and go on back. I don't give a fuck about this shit.
Homie, you just running your mouth.
I'm not running my mouth.
got a
You
question
running
for
your
Don't seem like you
mouth.
running his mouth
You
with
doing
me.
this shit for the
Shit.
internet. You doing it for the internet. Now, if you want to say your time, no, hold on. If you want
I'll
to say
show
Anton,
you I ain't doing it for the internet.
If you
I'm
want to
saying,
say Anton, listen, don't
I'm gonna let
disrespect me
you
like
finish.
that. If you want to say Anton, don't disrespect me like that. I'll respect you, but don't boss up on me because you said a lot of shit to me today that I don't fuck with either. But I let that shit ride because you don't know me.
Fair.
You don't know me. So I'm gonna extend the same respect to you. You called me out of my name. You said some wild shit, especially with regard to how
Would
it
it call this nigga out his name?
Nigga, I'm telling you that you did. You can't tell me how I get disrespected.
I got a question for bro.
Okay.
No. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. We just getting loud. I ain't gonna get loud.
Then don't switch seats.
No,
Don't-
this
because
my
I take
show.
That's
This
cool.
my
That's
show.
cool, but I take that shit as a threat.
Okay, well, it is a threat if you calling me dick sucking.
It's
I
a
don't
threat
dick
that you
suck,
say a
my
lot of
nigga.
shit. Man, fuck what you talking about.
I don't
bro.
dick suck.
If you want to get back to the conversation, ain't no, because you ain't gonna do shit. Because you're not gonna do shit.
Come at me with that dick sucking
You're
shit
not gonna
again,
do
nigga.
shit. You're not gonna
Come
do
at me with. Say I suck dick again, nigga.
We can go
I'll
out back
show
right
you
now.
the fuck I am.
We can go out back right now. I'm with
We
it.
can go out back.
Bet you won't say that shit.
We can go out back right now.
I got money for all this. Whatever.
I got money too. Don't nobody give a fuck about that shit.
Hey, homie,
No,
look,
it's just not respect.
I ain't falling.
Wait. Why does Cory got so many keys on his key belt chain?
I ain't fuck. Dolly, get out the way. Don't get in the way of two niggas. Let me tell you something, homie. I ain't got to go out back right now because we got to go out back to lead this motherfucker. But I'm saying that dick's.
Let me pause it right there. Let me pause. First of all, I want y'all to. There's a poll. Pause. If you're watching, there's a poll up. Who do you think is winning the argument in the so-called debate right now? I want to hear from y'all. Who do y'all think is winning? That's one. Outside of that, I like that Anton said, let's go out back. I'm a fan of physical violence. I'm a fan of it. When it's mutual combat. You know what I'm saying? Let me be clear. I try to avoid. I try to. We teach conflict. However, when it's time to fight, you want to fight, bro? You want to go outside and fight? No? All right, then shut the fuck up. I feel it. So that's like a normal thing, right? We could just go fight. We could rumble real quick, okay? But he didn't want to do that.
Sucking shit, watch that. That's all I'm saying. And if I don't say it how you like it,
if you want to get back to the conversation, we can get back to the conversation.
But just know,
I'm not listening to none of that shit, bro.
Here, nigga.
I'm not listening to none of that shit. If you want to get back to the conversation,
long as you
we can
know.
get back to the conversation.
Long as you know.
Bro, you not
Because that ain't
you not that tough.
I don't know what happened here. I'm not sure what happened here. But I'm going to take it as a moment for me to talk about what we got going on. Solutionaryuniversity.org is where you can find all of your solution-based needs. You cannot be a part of the scrimmage. Oh, are they coming back?
Everything straight. Ain't nobody saying I'm sucking dick no more. Everything straight.
For sure. I got a question for bro, though.
And I'm going to respect him on that.
Yes, sir.
He said what he said, so I'm going to respect him on that.
Yeah.
That's fair. Shouts to conflict resolution. These brothers in this still frame right here look very, very frustrated. But I like that the brothers came to a mutual understanding. Mutual understandings can be, do you want to go outside and fight? Do you want to agree to mutual combat? Win, lose, or draw? We shake hands, we dust it off, we move on. I would prefer that. Or it can be, oh, I said something, you took it as disrespect. I didn't mean it that way, but you was disrespectful to me this way, so I'll return the energies that you gave me. We can agree right here that we don't have to go out back. Conflict resolution. Where we still got to make sure that we not on, especially those of you that carry a firearm. If you're new to the channel, obviously subscribe. However, if you're not familiar with what our work primarily has been for the bigger part of a decade, it's been firearms training. As a firearms owner, you have to be the adult in the room. You got the power of life and death on your hip, in your waistband, in your appendix, whichever way you carry. When you carry one of them bags, whatever it is, you got to be the adult in the room. So I acknowledge they both look frustrated as hell right here. However, they agreed to resolve the conflict.
Yes, sir. So question, given that black people are on the Democratic plantation, what do you say about the use of Christianity to make slaves out of black people?
In what, today's time or historically?
No, sir. Historically.
Yeah, absolutely. It was used in a negative way, but anything can be used in a positive and negative way. You can weaponize literally anything. Corporate America, for example. You can use the internet in order to push out propaganda, or you can use it to communicate effectively with the people. You can use money to manipulate people, or you can use it to help people. And so you can't just say that Christianity itself is used. The Quran is used in a negative way in order to control people.
Absolutely.
So it depends on the person, and that's why we evaluate the person based off of their fruits instead of evaluating them based off of Christianity itself. Because everybody that calls himself a Christian is not a Christian.
100%. So I agree that the teachings of Jesus are pure. However, in the hands of Caucasian white males,
that's not true, because I know some good Caucasian white men.
The teachings of Jesus.
And I know some bad Caucasian white men.
Okay, right,
so
correct.
Look, check this out. This is what
Let's keep everything respectful.
Listen, this is what I'm saying. The reason I don't have a lot of people up here at the show is because I know a lot of people aren't initiated when it comes to talking to men of a certain mind state. And
see, this is where I start to think some of that Illuminati shit is real. Okay? When you start throwing words like uninitiated, and maybe these brothers are Masons, who knows? I don't know. Okay? But when you start saying things like that, I start going like, this look like political theater. This looks like a perfect representation of red versus blue in front of the cameras. And we talking about this instead of the Epstein client list, instead of China and Russia just told America like last week, hey, give Maduro back or else. Right? So my conspiracy theory brain starts to kick in when I hear shit like that.
I don't believe you knew what you was doing when you said something about dick sucking, brother. I apologize. Okay. Hey, bro, I appreciate that.
I apologize.
I appreciate that because this ain't no show. The last thing I want to do is get into it with you physically. But I have a switch.
I do too. When I'm a man, just like
I
you.
respect your switch. I respect
I
your
respect you
switch.
too.
Okay, good.
That's fair.
I'm glad,
We
brother.
good.
It ain't no fake shit right here.
Absolutely, I'm with it.
We straight. I respect your switch, brother. And I'm saying, like, a lot of people don't know the way I was brought up. You can't step to men like that. So I'm not checking you. I'm just trying to let you know
We good.
that when we talk to each other a certain way, like if dick sucking is brought up, that's just like motherfucking pissing on my shoes. So I'm saying, like,
This is the beauty of pause. This is the beauty of pause. He was offended. Now Cory Holcomb he about my age. Again, I'm 82 years old. Like I told y'all earlier in the show, I'm 82 years old. So Cory Holcomb is about my age. All right? So when you bring things like slurping and burping up to senior citizens such as myself, it's hard for us to let that go. Because we from a different era. Okay? I used to have to crank my car. I had a Model T4. Y'all young whippersnappers don't know nothing about that. I used to have to crank my car engine up. Okay? So it's hard for us to let shit like that go.
I could get back straight. We just, I didn't, when I shook your hand, it wasn't phony.
Listen, I get into it with my homies. I get into it with my brothers. I don't
get
have
into
no
it with
sisters.
squad,
I got three brothers, and we scrap it out. I scrap with my nephews. It is what it is, and then we shake hands and we keep it moving. Once we have a disagreement and we get it out of our system. So if we good, then we good.
Now, here's my argument here, guys. I would love for us to learn from this section, not just the fact that they seemingly resolve conflict, because we still could watch. Maybe we do this as a part two, too. Right? Maybe we do this as a part two. Who knows? All right? Because again, I'm 65 years old. Okay, guys? I'm 65. It's 9 o'clock. It's my bedtime. Right? I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. So maybe we do a part two. But my point is, we go a little bit longer. And I'm saying this to say, they look like they've resolved this conflict. My gut says they have not resolved this conflict because it's very difficult to let go of things. Why am I saying this is a teachable moment for us all? You have to recognize and stop that shit before it escalates. Even if you can bring it down some, bring it down the earlier the better. There are things called pre-fight indicators that you should be recognizing to avoid conflict, avoid issues way ahead of time. Okay? Based on what I've heard on the internet, this was not the end of this situation. Okay? Anton was asked to leave. I have not watched any of this. Okay? I wanted these to be organic reactions with y'all. But the overall lesson, we talked about a little bit of the politics of it. Okay? We've talked about the cultural inconsistencies on both so-called sides of these gentlemen's arguments. But I want to make it very practical as it relates to, we got to start recognizing before things get heated that this shit is going in the direction, and we have to wholeheartedly figure out ways to humble self. And I mean humble by like not leading with the false ego. Because even if you get to a point of it's cool, fires, if you don't put them out all the way, they could 1000% get sparked the fuck back up and burn down all the, the whole forest that you was camping in. Very important lesson there. Let's play some more.
I'm good.
I'm with it. Let's get to the conversation.
That's why I tried to explain myself right there, because I'm like, this man probably don't even know that my mind is set up, Anton. My mind is set up when people do things like I call it backdooria on my show. When people throw that at you, it's a set off. And I'm saying, like, I ain't trying to get set off. I think I'm a lot more than somebody with name calling to get at me. But I'm saying, like,
but see, I don't believe you, Cory. I don't believe you, bro.
Okay.
And let me tell you why I don't believe you. Because you do the same shit that you feel offended by.
Really?
Agreed.
You do, absolutely.
Give me an example.
You just did it. You said a lot of shit to me that I don't necessarily care about.
I ain't said nothing about dick sucking.
You pick and choose what's disrespectful because you applying it to you. It's other people out there that don't take that shit.
Okay, well, I'm glad you said that. So listen to me, Anton.
But hold on. Let me say this last
Go ahead,
part.
land.
But I get it. because you don't know me and I don't know you. So you don't know what I look at as disrespectful. And so as
in our understanding imminent threat course, we talk about this. Now, y'all gonna get mad at me because I gotta pause right there, okay? This is called knowing another person's ethos. You don't know what another man's ethos is. Someone like me will ignore a shit ton of things. A shit ton of things. Because when you do the wrong thing and it's green light, I'm absolutely going to fuck you up. I'm going to enjoy fucking you up. And it's going to be justifiable that I fucked you up. When it comes down to defensive life, when it comes down to you've actually positioned yourself as a legitimate threat, and we are now in an understanding imminent threat scenario, I'm a clear garment. I'm going to fucking get busy. I'm gonna take you to Mozambique if I need to. I'm going to hit you with that Mozambique drill. 2 to the body, 1 to the head, just because I want to see if I could. So we have to make sure that we're the more responsible beings in the room, okay? But when you're knowing somebody's ethos, and you know that by respecting the fact that you don't know somebody's ethos, this is why it's very, very critical. When you see pre-fight indicators in others and self, it's very critical for you to extinguish that flame ASAP. Because you don't know, you telling this man he kissing a white man's ass. He in return says you dick sucking black people. You've both been disrespectful. Again, that's why I like my disrespect to be very high class. Okay? It's going to take you a minute to recognize that I disrespected you. It's going to take you a minute to recognize that I've outsmarted you. When I see pre-fight indicators, I'm going to do things in situations that you're not even going to recognize that I got the fuck out of there and you wasn't even able to get your shit off. Okay? You're going to find out later, man, this guy got completely out of the situation. I thought I was going to be able to tell him off. I might lie. This is where we make it practical and turn it into training. We've done a scenario comes to mind. Shouts to the folks over at WAF. If you guys have never saw in WAF where our families train in Orlando, they do scenario-based training. One of my favorite scenario-based training spots to go in the world. Okay? We were running a drill in the coffee shop, and in the scenario, somebody's the bad guy. You don't know what it is. This guy, in one of these scenarios, the guy was arguing with his girlfriend saying, yo, you can't leave me, you da-da-da-da. And what I said was, hey, man, that guy stole your wallet. That guy just took out that's your wallet. I drew a bunch of attention. I drew everybody's attention to the door, and I walked out. Why? Because I could tell that there was pre-fight indicators. I wanted to shift the energy and go in a different direction. Now, this guy might have wanted to argue with his wife in that scenario, but we go a different direction. That is more intelligent, and that's leading from the front. You have to be the fucking adult in the room because you don't know somebody else's ethos. Cory is visibly shaken up by that statement. And Cory's in Hollywood. Maybe something did happen and he ain't come. Maybe he was at one of them Diddy parties and Diddy got him and he don't want to acknowledge it. He don't really all the way know. You don't know another man's ethos. Your job is to look for exits, avoid, de-escalate, and resolve before it get ugly. You win 100% of the fights that you're in by not being in them. Okay? Understanding imminent threat course. It's available to everybody. Everybody in here, let me see in the chat who's taking the class and who has not. Very, very important class. Let's play a little bit more because I think they're going to get back into it.
As a result, I just let that shit ride. The only thing that ever triggers me is it, and this is why I like to do shows in person. I told you before the show, I said I don't do no more live streams with people that I don't know. Did I not say that? Because I want to see and look in their eyes and see what's really happening, right? And the reason that is because the only thing that set me off is if somebody make it seem like they ready to do something. Then I'm like, okay, well, it's all hands up. Fuck the conversation.
Well, how about this? People may be ready to do something for whatever reason they want to be ready to.
They're not going to fucking get over this. Now, this is turning into understanding imminent threat inadvertently, y'all. My bad. They're not going to get over this. They haven't went back to the conversation. They're still trying to defend their positions and why they felt offended. That's what's happening.
Do something, but what I'm saying to you is you know, in this world, they are trying to normalize men in dresses. They trying to normalize a woman wearing a thong in front of a church gathering or whatever.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? I could handle whatever is happening out there, but I'm saying, like, I'm still standing on this. I'm standing on this. If a man walking up to me with some homosexual talk, like, I could take, I said this before, I could take a meeting at a brother like Tyler Perry's house because I know what's gonna happen if it go bad. The house gonna get tore up. I ain't saying that to act like I'm tough. I'm just saying,
I feel you.
There's certain things that we as men cannot say to each other without clashing. And it is my opinion with niggas that I know and where I'm from, if I say to one of my homies, man, suck a dick.
Yeah, but you told that man he ass kissing the white man. That man just told you he a Republican, a conservative, a Christian. You telling him a homosexual act as well. See, people like to throw stones and hide their hands. This happens often. Most times it's inadvertent. They don't see their own contradiction. Hence, Anton saying, you're offended by the thing that you just said you dislike that you do to others. And that's literally what happened here. You got to be aware of what you're projecting, as well as being understanding that you don't know the other person's ethos. And a lot of times, it's contradictory if you're not paying attention to it. You won't let it go. And he will not, for whatever reason. He ain't letting that shit go. And Cory been in LA in the industry and in Hollywood for a while. He seemed real defensive about this one.
Everybody will get quiet that we know. And they'll be like, what is that? What is that? Because it's like, that's their homosexual talk. So what I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying? If it's one way to get a brother like me, I know brothers who are preachers that would put their religion down for that right there. That's all I'm saying, black man. That's all I'm saying.
Listen. That's what.
Now, these are also two very testosterone-filled gentlemen from what it seems like to me. Everybody trying to out-alpha everybody. You know what I do in this scenario right here? I go, yo, bro, I totally understand. Now, let me tell you something else about the Republican Party. Let me tell you something about the Libertarian Party. You redirect.
That's where you at. So I'm gonna respect that.
Thank you, brother.
It's simple as that.
I don't want no drama.
It's simple as that.
I swear I don't want no drama, man. My life is good.
Mine's is too.
I believe you. My life is good.
I'm
man.
with you.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't want you
All
to
right,
come up here for
motherfuckers.
that. It's just the simple misunderstandings that we as men can have. I think older black men like us need to make sure there are boundaries that simply can't be crossed when men are talking. And if you tell me a boundary,
We get it, Cory. What the fuck?
Anton, if you tell me a boundary, I promise you, I'm going to do my best not to cross that boundary.
I'm not.
When I'm talking to Willie D don't like when you call him nigga. And I go out my way not to call Willie D nigga because I look at him as a man.
I kick it with Willie too. For me,
Shouts to Willie D. If y'all haven't seen my sit down with Willie Lee on Willie D Live, Willie D's a good brother. Very good brother. Y'all make sure y'all check that episode out.
me though, I don't give a fuck about the talking. I don't have no boundaries. I don't care if a nigga say something about me. It is what niggas say shit like that all the time. Like that's the environment that we live in. I only care about my real life.
Can I ask you a question? You just said men talk disrespectfully to you in your face all the time.
No.
See, this is nothing.
You did not hear what I said. I said they do that shit all the time. You see it in the chat, you see it in the comments, all of that shit, right?
Yeah.
I don't care about that shit, right?
That's right, because that's for the internet.
Right. So when people say stuff, I don't take it personal.
Right.
Because it's not a thing to me. It's just talk. The only thing I care about is what happened in real life. When I cut that shit off in real life, my life is great.
Right. Let me tell you something. Go ahead.
So my point is that I don't take nothing personal unless it get personal, unless it gets physical. That's the only thing I'm up on.
Right,
anything else I can walk away from. I don't give a fuck about that.
That's
my life,
fair.
I could walk away and I'm probably gonna never see that person again.
I understand.
So I don't.
This is why the chat, I allow them, and in fact, I encourage them to be themselves in the chat, because this is a computer screen. But one thing I will say about this is to the youngsters especially, because they the ones who really don't know. I'm talking about 35 and under. When you in a man's face, you have to watch how you talk to them, because face to face is a lot different than the computer. On the computer, I got motherfuckers
let me
no.
Let me ask you a question.
This motherfucker saying all kind of shit about me on the computer.
Let me ask you a question.
But if they in my face saying that to me,
let me ask you a question.
It can
It's
go
still
back.
bait.
Why?
I'm not saying I'm not.
No. Hold on.
I'm not acting tough.
I'm asking you a real question. Why do you get triggered
Right.
if somebody says that to you? Like what is it in you that gets bothered by a switch?
Okay, so listen to me. Manhood is all we got left. You really
not all
gotta
we
understand this. Just give me a second to land on this.
I'm with you. I'm listening.
If we don't have our manhood, we ain't got nothing. So when a man walk up to you and say something flirtatious to you, when a man walk up to you and say something where he's challenging your manhood and things like that, trust me, I don't care how savage it may seem. When you dealing with a man, you can set a man off if you in his face and you saying things.
You're not answering the question. What about somebody saying words get you triggered to the point where you give them more power to fuck over you? Cory don't carry a gun. I'm going to be very clear with you. Cory don't carry. And if he do carry and has that mentality, he shouldn't carry. Not meaning somebody should take his firearm. He shouldn't carry. Okay? He shouldn't carry. You can say all types of shit. I'll ignore you. Because I'm going to eat your face off if it gets real. And I got to align Anton on this. You start saying, I'm already gone. Nigger, there's that. You know how many times, like, man, I get called nigger 17,000 times a day on social media. By humans. Okay? By humans. I don't give a fuck. And that's to Anton's point. I don't care what words are words. Words are not violence. Violence is. Usually the people that are more concerned about words are not skilled in violence. If it get ugly, I promise you I'm going to do what I got to do. Because you're trying to stop me from getting to, that thick petite, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to get to. You feel me? I might have not, how you know I might have not seen my woman in 6 months? How you know we ain't separated for about, months and distance? You might be trying to get me to not be able to see my lady, right? I'm going to get to my lady. So your words, I could just go around that. That's more manhood, not the definition of I'm going to let you know. I don't give a fuck if you learned the lesson. You're actually a speed bump. I'm not even going to bump over you. I'm going to go around you in the parking lot. Okay? Cory has not understood this lesson yet based on this because he's identified manhood with checking people.
Things that are not. I'm not talking about somebody just saying anything. I'm talking about there are certain things, like I can't walk up to a man walking down the street with his wife, Anton, and say, man, your bitch thick. I'll be like, wait a minute. Of course, by me being older, the last thing I want is drama in the streets. But what I'm saying is you can't disrespect men face to face. You can do it online because it's easy to do it online.
Wrong. I got it. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all gonna get mad at me tonight. If I'm walking down the street, 99% of the time I got a gun on me. And a first aid kit. Okay? And the ability to stop and neutralize a threat. And the ability to be a righteous man. If I'm walking down the street and some dude says, man, yo bitch thick, I go, ain't she? It's mine too. You can't get a slice of this cake. You got to find your own. Me and my lady laugh and we walk on. If this person actually tries to continue, I will fucking ventilate you. And enjoy it. See, somebody loves your dumb ass even though you don't know it. So if I could Acknowledge that my woman is thick. She is. That's mine, though. You can't get that. You got to get your own. And keep it moving. It is in no way, shape, or form damaging to my manhood. And I never take it as such. First of all, people don't even do. I'm never blessed enough to get that type of shit happening to me. I'm never blessed enough. People don't even talk to me. When I'm in the gym, people avoid me. People say I look mean. People say I'm like the nicest person. If you've ever met, how many people in the chat have actually met me in real life? If you've met me in real life, no bullshit. If you've met me in real life in the chat, comment. And if you've engaged me, comment what my energy to you was. Okay? If I was an asshole, tell me I'm an asshole. But I wasn't. I know I wasn't. All right? Because I'm not. I'm the nicest, sweetest, most giving. Hey, man, sit down. Have a drink. Hey, man, you want a bite? Hey, yeah, man, I'll help you. My bad. When I'm at the gym, hey, man, are you on this real quick? I am the good guy. I have to be. Because I'm like, when that evil fucking rises up in humans and men, you got a lot of shit going on. We strive to be better versions and best versions of ourselves. Right? 1000%. I'm like the super nicest person. But I'm going to fuck you up if you do something wrong and put my friends, loved ones, and strangers at jeopardy. And I'm going to enjoy it. Okay? I don't care if you say, yo, bitch thick. I know. Hey, that's why she mine. That ass. Thank you for giving my woman a compliment. What about you? I might be feeling froggy. Where your bitch at? You don't got one? Damn, you should get you one. You can't get this one, though. See, I'm not even going to let the bait of the word bitch. I ain't going to do that. Nothing is going to bait me and move me off my motherfucking square. See, manhood is the practice of stoicism, calmness, reserve. I'm passionate. I communicate effectively. I'm nice. I'm loving. I'm giving. But I'm not going to be moved off a square while I got a gun on me. Got to get my lawyer's retainer fee up. I'm not doing that shit. It doesn't make sense. If you are watching this, I want you to take full understanding and rest in the fact that you're not supposed to jump out there in defense of my honor. Unless we're saying, hey, would you like to mutually have a fight? And if it's in an environment that is controlled and you're 100% certain that this person won't just pull out a firearm and try to shoot you, I'm cool with mutual combat. I'm cool with violence. But some rando, and he's a bad guy, bad guys come and bring a +1 all of the time. So what if he's saying this to me and now my head ain't on the fucking swivel? See, men are strategic and logical all of the time. Keenan said, nah, bro, when I spoke to you one day in the post office, you spoke back, but your energy was like, not today. What? You lying, Keenan? Get the fuck out of here. No way. No way. I spoke back, but you just said what Bookworm just said. Maybe you felt it like that. Bookworm said you're nice, but got resting face. Just angry man ass face. Right? There's no way. What post office was it? Tell me around the date and time and what post office it was. And I'm safe to say it was probably Philly. Right? Confidence Reloaded says, hey, Maj in chat. This is my first time here. I saw Maj and didn't know if this was 2A related or what. I'm here to support my fellow firearms instructor and to appreciate that, Confidence Reloaded. Appreciate you. All right. Hey, Keenan, my brother, let me be very clear. I promise you that you capping. I promise you capping. I usually switch my face because I'll be in deep thought. And then if somebody say something, my eyebrows go up and I'm like, oh no, hey, what's up, man? Hey, what's going on? Right? But I definitely wasn't, you know what I mean? And I might have been in mid-thought if you've seen that. And I spoke and changed my face up. Right? But my point in saying this to y'all is we gotta be the adults in the room at all times. Regardless of what some external thing. 30th Street. All right, I do go to 30th Street, John. At 30th Street, I do be there. I know probably what happened. The line was probably stupid because I hate the post office a lot of times. So that could have been it. All right? But I promise you it wasn't It was probably just my face, right? But if you would, like, even at the post office when they being jerks, I kind of like try to switch it up. Okay, I might reverse, like especially on the phone customer service calls. I might go extra nice to the point where it's annoying to the fact that the person on the other line of the customer service call that was being rude starts to recognize that they being rude and they shift their shit up. Sarcastic maybe for those extent, but no, I'm never mean to people. I'm super nice to every. I promise you. I don't know how many people in the chat responded to that, but I'll keep an eye out. If you've met me in the chat and if you've met me, please explain that, because fucking Keenan is making me look like I'm just the evil motherfucker now. All right. Let me play it a little bit more.
Nope. See, that's where we disagree.
Okay, I want to hear this.
That's where we disagree, because you got to keep the same energy across the board. You can't pick and choose when you can disrespect somebody and when you can't disrespect somebody, and then pick and choose when you're going to react to somebody disrespecting you.
Fair.
You wrong, bro. You wrong as two left shoes. You're wrong, bro. I fuck with you. I fuck with you because you are one of the most disrespectful, and stand on that shit.
But I want to understand what you're saying, Anton. You missed me when you say you can't disrespect people. With what? Make sure you explain that to me.
You got to keep the same energy across the board, bro.
Agreed.
I don't understand.
You can't say I'm a disrespect you online, but then you can't do nothing in person.
Well, trust me.
That's not. No,
I'm
you
not
can't
saying,
do that.
I'm not saying what you're wrong about. But listen, talking to somebody in person is different than talking to somebody online. And if I'm so disrespectful, what do I do to be disrespectful online? Because you said I'm disrespectful online.
You just
I would
said,
like to know.
You said out of your own mouth that you will be disrespectful online.
Did
it ain't even. Yes,
did
you
I say
did.
that?
You
Did I
just
say I'm
said that.
disrespectful online?
You said you can disrespect. It's different if you disrespect somebody online versus doing it in real life.
No, I didn't say what I would do.
How is it different,
I said if somebody in the chat room is saying something disrespectful about me, I don't hold that against them because they're
What
typing.
about when you talking about real people?
Right.
What do you mean?
If you comment on somebody and you give your opinion on real people.
I don't want to go back and forth. I'm trying to make sure you understand what I'm saying. Do you hear me when I
understand
say
what you're saying.
Whatever I say online, giving an opinion of something is different than if I am.
About an opinion. I said disrespectful. How can how can you determine whether or not somebody feels disrespected?
Right.
Well, feelings is one thing, man.
You felt some type of way?
Yeah, because ain't nobody finna stand in front of my face and talk to me like they on my level when it comes to homosexuality. Like that'll start a war.
That's his trigger point. Do not have trigger points, y'all. Again, when I made content about this in the viral clip that this video is going all over, right? A done for said in a brothel, you were cool. I ain't never been. Wait 1 fucking second. What the fuck? You ain't met me in no brothel? Rough sex, pause. Says, met you in Philly, you were cool. It was at a training. Keenan, I know, brother. I know. I appreciate you, Keenan. Real quick, y'all, let me go over these super chats. Guys, fucking support the super chat. The show's been fire tonight. The main out says, why does it have to be us black men that have these discrepancies? I swear I feel like it's rap culture shit. Reading over rapping. I agree with that. Again, as y'all know on the show, we talk about these things because we want to elicit and extract solutions from these things so we can implement them in our everyday life. And I think that's if it wasn't about solutions and solutionary-based chats, right, to turn it into something productive for us, to fundraise for our actual work, conflict resolution, de-escalation, stop the bleed, all of those different things, I wouldn't even be talking about this shit. I enjoy social media. I enjoy the internet. But the only reason if I can enjoy it is even if it's entertaining, I can tie it back into a solution. Because otherwise, I could be at the gym. You know what I'm saying? I could be talking to beautiful women. I could be reading. I could be doing those types of things that most men would prefer doing. All right. So huge shouts to that super chat real quick. We had another one. Who was that? Somebody else was in the super chat. Let me look real quick. Oh, here it is. What does this say? Oh, that was a different one. For Cory being the older person, he doesn't know how to control a conversation. He should, he sure has a lot of growing up to do. I agree with that. Now, let me be clear. I'm not saying that he's wrong all of the time. I'm saying there's an art and a tactic and a skillful way to lead conversations. I've done a ton of media, some of it hostile, but I don't lose when I go into anti-gun conversations. There's a interview that I did, a debate that I did with the executive vice president of Gun Violence Prevention of America on Vice. If you type in Maj Toure Vice debate, I absolutely obliterated this lady. And I bring up that old ass interview because it was a textbook conversation on how to control a conversation, right? And Cory doesn't do it because what makes him good as a comedian, as an entertainer, is passion, right? And feeling and emotion. That's what makes you good there. And if you can lead with that and learn from that, you start to think that it's the supreme way of approaching everything. No different than Anton's perspective about the Republican Party and conservatism. He has a logical response to some things, but that logic is, he doesn't see his blind side. If you have too much logic and no intuition and no emotional intelligence, you're at a disadvantage. If you have too much emotional intelligence or feelings, emotion, energy in motion, and no logic, you're at a disadvantage. We as solutionaries have to be holistic, well-rounded, consistently thinking, consistently evaluating moment to moment people, beings. That's where we become holistic. This is the reason why we made the Solutionary 9. This is the reason why we have conversations about how can I get better at shooting, at stopping the bleed, at learning, at finances, at knowing my rights, at all of these different things. What am I eating? What's my nutrition like? Can I defend life? Gone are the days where we are one of these people. We mostly left or mostly right. You have to be a holistic person that has developed and is consistently developing yourself and your skills in multiple areas. This is literally why we made the Solutionary 9. Open enrollment for that is February the 1st. I can only take, because this is holistic, it's curated. I am working with you for 99 days specifically to make you smarter, stronger, and a better shooter. That's what the Solutionary 9 is. Okay? Open enrollment for that, again, is February the 1st. If you're watching this on X, it's my pinned post. Hit that link, sign up so you can secure your spot for February the 1st. All right? But we go over all of these things. This is very important. That condescending thing, that 100%. Ruff just said, I know a slick talker trying to be condescending. That's what Anton was doing. He was, but it's a strategy. And what happened because of him doing it? Anton has to bring people to him and watch his thing because Anton has the ability, you got to come watch me on social media. I'm making a video about Anton and Cory Holcomb right now. So it was a strategy that got the internet going. They are trending right now because of this conversation. So there's some logic and a method to the madness, right? But when you're only leading in logic only leading in emotion, you're at a severe disadvantage. The main out says every black man needs to be in the stock market and learn these companies. While as a whole, we are on this BS. The country controllers are creating robots and self-driving cars. Sidebar, Elon just said the self-driving version of Tesla will now be a subscription monthly based service. It won't be a one-time fee for the self-driving Tesla cars. All right. But you're right. Robotics, STEM, all of those different things are very important. Politics locally, and I don't mean politics like arguing and fake debate. I mean taking lessons from every single thing and improve it. Very, very important, guys. Let's play a little bit more, and then we're gonna wrap up here short.
That is start of
We
war.
can agree to disagree. I think you're wrong, bro. I personally, I'm telling you directly, you're hypocritical.
Okay, well, you can say that. I don't think I'm gonna win that argument with you now. But what I am saying to you, Anton, is when you are talking to men face to face.
Jesus Christ.
Trust me when I tell you this, man. It's different than online. Face
it's
to
not.
Same
face.
person in real life as I am online.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you that straight up. Right? Anybody, listen, I go city to city. I'm not an online nigga, bro. Like, I create content online, but I really am out in every single city. I done visited almost every single state. I have real meetups in real life. I shake hands. I kick it with people in real life.
Same as
and I
me.
go out there and kick it with the people. I'm not different online than I am in real life. People may think that because they may have never met me in real life, but I keep the same energy. I reciprocate. Or I'm willing to walk away unless it goes up. If it's gonna go up, then it's just gonna go up and we just gonna figure it out from there. But the fact of the matter is, I don't switch up.
See, I'm not
gonna talk about you online. Hold on. I'm not gonna talk about
Their egos are super involved still.
you online. And then when I see you in real life, I'm gonna be like, man, you know I'm just playing. I'm not that type of nigga.
Yeah, but
either
look-
I fuck with you or I don't.
But see, that's just one scenario, Anton. What I'm saying to you is this. This is what I'm saying to you. I ain't saying it to offset what you just said. I'm trying to talk to you now.
And I'm not a tough guy either.
I'm not either.
I'm not a tough guy.
I'm not
Let
a
me-
tough
let me-
guy.
let me
I
be
don't even
very
want to
clear.
perpetrate like I'm a tough guy. But what I'm saying is, when men stand between each other, there is energy that is being transferred. And trust me, when men disrespect each other face to face, motherfuckers can die.
I agree.
That's a given. But what are you going to do and how are you going to learn from that and move forward knowing that? Saying that to say what? This is how I'm going to move forward. If somebody's stupid enough to say the example that he just gave, yo, your bitch thick. If you're dumb enough to say that to me and I got a fucking cannon on me and I could clear garment and put 3 rounds on you in under a second, you're a moron. Or you're unaware that I could clear garment and put rounds on you in under a second. Either way, what the fuck that got to do with my forward the rest of my day? Nothing. I don't care about the, I care more about, I don't eat bullshit food for the most part, right? I get a little treat every so often. I care about my cup of coffee the next morning than this random person's life. Okay? So this person's ego and what they saying, me knowing how things can happen and shit could go left, I don't care. I don't care if they get the lesson. I don't care if they know who I am as a man. As a man, you got to just be, I don't give a fuck. See, that's the difference. Love and hate are different ends of the same spectrum. I don't love you and I don't hate you. I'm fucking indifferent to you. I don't give a shit. There's nothing about you that I care more about my next morning's cup of coffee that I have not even tasted yet. The coffee does not even exist yet, but I care more about that non-existent cup of coffee than I care about proving to you how much of a man I am and what you said was disrespectful. I don't give a fuck about your entire existence. Your entire lineage could die in 7 seconds and I would still be thinking about my fucking cup of coffee tomorrow.
That's why when I'm talking to a man, especially face to face, I try to make sure I don't go over the line. And if I ever go over
Why
the
is it
line,
only
I can
face to face
apologize.
is what I'm saying. I understand what you're saying and I agree with you.
Right.
Why is it only face to face? That's where we disagree at.
Good
Well,
question.
anything I said, I will say in the face of a man that I said it about.
All right, well, that's
because I don't go there to try to. I don't have to shock jock, even though that's something that people say easily. Oh, he's shock jocking. No. Anything I've said about anybody, I will say right to them if they standing in front of me, and I would like for.
You're contradicting yourself. You've been saying shit disrespectful to men if you know that there's an energy between men if you come off to
somebody like to research the internet on things I've said and show me that I wouldn't say something to somebody if they were standing there. The only thing I said I wouldn't say to somebody if they were standing there, because I saw Charles Barkley in the airport one day. And I realized how big he was when I saw him in the airport. Now, I've said things about Charles Barkley. If he was standing in front of me and he said, say that shit now, I'll be like, we black, man. Come on, let's calm down. I ain't gonna lie.
See, and this is the other part. Cory's a comedian, so he doesn't have to have the same level of intellectual consistency. Because right now, he's showcasing that he's being inconsistent. He just, and it's a joke to him, but look at Anton's face right here.
That's the only one.
You know what the problem with this show today is? We got to do a part 2. Because we ain't talked about none of the shit that we supposed to talk about.
That's why, because we can't say dick sucking in front of each other, brother.
Well, I
swear that's
know
what it
that
is.
now, right? I get it.
And I appreciate you for giving me that, because that shit, I forgot I'm still Cory, because I don't live a life of getting into it with people. I really don't.
No, Cory, you pick on people that you think ain't gonna respond to you.
Now, give me an example.
Cory, you pick your targets based off of what you think they ain't gonna do. And that's why you feel comfortable saying some of the wild shit that you say online.
But I asked you this, and I'm gonna ask you again.
I'm not gonna say
Give
no
me
names.
an example.
No, I'm not gonna say no names.
You can't give an example.
No, I can.
Will
But
you please give
because
me an
because I
example?
don't want to implement nobody into this that that'll be bad. That's not a good thing.
Well, do you understand by you saying that?
I like to speak
By
from my
you
own
saying that,
perspective.
it sounds like babble.
But you know it's not babble. It's real, and you know it's real. That's why you laughing.
I'm laughing at you because you didn't. I had to ask you twice so far.
You pick your
said I
targets
pick on people
carefully.
and I said, give me an example.
You pick your targets carefully, very carefully.
So you can't give me an example?
Because
That's the third time.
Okay, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Okay.
You tiptoed around Dave Chappelle.
You talking about the last time I said something about him?
You tiptoed around Dave.
I'll give you that.
You tiptoed like a ballerina.
But now I'm gonna give you that.
No.
But what
but
did I
you- but
tiptoe
you would
about?
not- you would not have did that shit on a regular motherfucker. You know that Dave Chappelle's last Netflix special was not it.
And I tiptoed around it.
And you tiptoed around it
That
because
shit was
you
it.
didn't want
Hold the fuck
you didn't
up.
want the smoke.
Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. There will be no Dave Chappelle fucking slander. Okay? Let's go there. Even though I know he's in the Illuminati. I have it on good authority. The Dave Chappelle's last joint, to me, was great storytelling in the vein of Richard Pryor, George Carlin type of energy, right? More political commentary and funny at the same time, and storytelling and weaving. So I don't think it wasn't strong. So Antoine, what the fuck you talking about, bro? Hey, watch out there now, but let me see what you're talking about. Let me give you room.
Overall. And so you pick and choose your targets carefully.
You see, I didn't want the smoke.
No, because you didn't want the you didn't want the backlash.
Okay, but look, let me say this because you brought it up. I did tiptoe around how I really feel with the last special because I'm not gonna lie. It's everything that I said the time before when I spoke about it. Hot trash. No jokes. In the future, when people watch it, that don't know him like we know him now in this culture, they're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? I'll give you that. I did tiptoe around his special. And you know what?
And
I can live with that.
And
I can live with that.
And
Y'all retarded. Y'all retarded. Ho, bookworm. Dave is BS now, chat. What the fuck is going on? What's happening? Bill Burr, all right, yeah. Bill, Dave, him and Bill Burr. All right. Bill Burr. So these are two of my favorite comedians. Bill Burr, some other shit. I blame his wife. Sorry, ladies. I blame his wife. I blame him too, because you can't do shit. Your wife can't make you do shit. You just do shit. Right? So Bill Burr, I'll give you that, but not Dave. I like Dave last joint. I don't know what. Yeah, Bookworm lost her mind. I don't know what the fuck is going on today. See, now we talking. Now we going somewhere else. Okay. Right. Anton provided an example. Now what? They can have a conversation now. I want to know where this went off the rails again. At what point? Let me go. Let me speed up some. I'm gonna speak. Well, actually, let me play the Dave shit because I don't know if this is gonna be more of this blasphemous shit going on around here.
But what else? I ain't trying to think of nothing else. But I'm saying I think that was kind of.
And
you found a way to bring that nigga
Darlene.
into it.
I love you, Darlene. I love Craig. But they will not call you out on your bullshit and challenge you.
Now you trying to turn?
No. You asked me for the feedback. I didn't volunteer it. You
True
forced
indeed.
me. I said, you know what? I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Then you said, okay, well, Anton, go ahead and keep on naming names and let's get to it. Okay, well, let's get to it then if that's what you want to do.
Well, how about this? Let me. Can I respond
Because
to that?
Darlene is real chill and she not gonna cause no friction. And Craig is happy to be here.
Okay, so can I say something about that?
But see,
Well,
I
you
don't
cut
give a
me
fuck.
off.
I don't give a fuck because I'm rich too, so I'm cool. I got my own movement. I got my own motion, so I can tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And I think that you also surround yourself with people that will not challenge you because you big dog to them.
Okay.
You big bro.
Okay, so let me say this since you brought up Darlene and Craig. Let me say this.
I think that's fair.
You don't know our relationship. But
I know what I
can't. I'm doing more
talking-
teaching. I'm doing more teaching on some real street level shit than I thought I would have had to do. But listen to me, Anton. You don't know me and her relationship.
I'm listening.
Maybe
I'll
maybe
say
the
I'm wrong.
reason you don't get the results you want from her is because there's a certain level of respect that comes from me and her relationship. That's what I'm saying. You don't know, brother. So that's what I'm saying.
I'm not talking about
you
you.
speaking on her.
I'm not talking about you talking about her. I'm talking about when there's certain subjects that come up on your show.
Yeah.
We done argued on the air a million times.
Man, come on, bro.
I'm just saying.
Corey, sometimes you be on bullshit. Nobody call you out on it.
Now I'm trying to teach you, but I don't think you catching it.
Okay,
You
I'm
don't-
observe.
You don't know my relationship with this woman. You don't know. So when you see it online and speak on what you see online, you can't really speak from factual things that are happening in the world, Anton.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So,
Nah,
and with Craig,
I
don't know
nah,
why,
nah, bro. You
motherfucker-
asked for the critique. He gave you the critique. Now you in defense of the critique that he said. After he gave you a Dave Chappelle position, and you like, damn, you did call me on that. I could take that one. Now he giving you another one. But you don't like to agree to that because then that puts you in a boxed up situation. That's strategic on Anton's part because now it's the divide and conquer. He used your staff against you, but you can't own that part because then your staff will kind of like go into a mutiny later on.
Let's say Craig don't have a backbone around me, because one thing I say this, Craig beat most motherfuckers' ass I know. I see motherfuckers don't be fighting Craig. I see motherfuckers don't run up on him with that bullshit quick. The motherfuckers who I seen ran up on Craig way bigger than Craig. So the obvious needs to be said, because I believe that there's a lot of people who don't know the obvious, and I can't teach you that in an episode. But I'm saying, like, if you ever see me around any woman, Anton, if you see me around any woman, trust me, dues been paid, homie. And I can't say it no other way better than that. Dues been paid. That might not be something you will catch. I'm saying this for the streets.
He trying to bait him again. I'm gonna keep it a buck. He trying to bait him again. These guys have neither one of these guys have left their fucking ego down since the flare up. Neither one of them. They still take it. They saying yeah, but they still throwing jabs. They still doing the jab thing. Main Out says Jack Johnson's story was fire, especially with the climate of black men losing millions. That's the Dave Chappelle story. See, it's story time with Dave Chappelle. That's funny stuff while you getting the story told. Lenny Penny says after Anton apologized, Cory couldn't even let it go. He just should have moved on. They both were out of pocket. Cory took the first shot and Anton took the second. That's it. Cory was too emotional. Charlo D says they pride in a way. I'm trying to tell you. Pride come before a motherfucking fall, Solutionaries. Pride come before a fall.
Dues been paid, homie. Trust me, man. Trust me. I don't be around just anybody. I can't let any type of woman just come with me and be connected to me in no way. I don't like that. If you around me, it's a reason you around me. And I'm saying, like, I don't know if I could graduate you to that next level of the
See
conversation.
that? I don't know if I could graduate you. I'm trying to teach you. Whoop de whoop whoop whoop. See, for Cory to understand the energy exchange between men, he doing shady shit. That's the beauty of Me Too. When you start to, not because it's me, I mean in the sense of paying attention to your surroundings and strengthening your abilities. You start to sharpen like your pre-fight indicators, your head on a swivel. You evaluate way more body language, conversation, all of that type of shit, little subtle shit. You'll develop the skill set as a solutionary to become more perceptive of the silly shit that's going on around you. And Cory right here is instigating some silly shit. If I could teach you, I got to put your young ass up on game. Don't look like Anton needs your help in fucking getting put on the game. Look like Anton kind of baited you a little bit and you trying to get your lick back. That's what it sounded like to me. Well, I can't say lick because I don't know. Lick back, he might take that as homosexual. Pause. Might get your get back, all right?
And it ain't no disrespect to you. But I'm saying, like, you see somebody around me, oh, I ain't just got anybody around me. Dude's been paid on me. That's what I'm saying. And I ain't saying that tough either. I'm just trying to say it in a way where I hope you can understand. Yeah. Okay. So anybody around me, dude's been paid. I don't let anybody around me. If you around me and dudes ain't been paid, I'm trying to get away from you because I don't know you. And ain't no dudes been paid, so I don't know you. I don't know you.
Okay, Bookworm, I
Now,
see
we
that.
spoke right
Got a
before the show.
question for Anton.
so-
Anton.
What happened?
No,
got
no,
a
no. I'm
question
not
for
talking
Anton.
about.
No, I understand.
You
I
get
did.
me?
I got
Okay.
that.
All
I
right.
got that. But in my case too, whenever I choose to speak up or challenge him on anything or
Is the chick and Cory? I don't watch the show. I don't watch many shows. I'm still watching the fucking Office and Game of Thrones, y'all, and The Wire. Bear with me, right? Is the young lady? Is him and Cory? Are they dating? Let me know in the chat.
tell him, look, I don't agree with that or what have you, I won't keep delving into it because I don't see the point, because I know at a certain point with men like you at your age, there's not going to be any change. So why? I don't even bother with it. I just, I might say, I don't like that. I don't agree with that. And then if they want to continue, I'm not for it.
I'm with you.
That's it. I just don't like, I don't do that. I got way more important fish to fry in it. And I thought, I'm not going to change this man's mind on stuff. So I just don't even bother. That's it.
But another thing about the ladies, since we talking about this, see, whenever I see a woman with a man, most of the time, if it ain't your wife,
She's just the
I
homie.
already say to myself, what is this fuck shit? Why is this motherfucker in the streets with you? That's how I feel about life. So I'm saying, like, that might be a prejudice that I have, I can admit. If a woman is in the streets with a man, fuck is this?
Why? Why do you care about that?
Right.
Why is that meaningful to you?
No, it's not that I care at all, because it's not my business. But I'm saying, like, if a man stepped to me with a woman and it ain't his wife, all I do is say to myself,
You mean like checking you?
not checking me, brother. I'm saying, like, if a man has a woman with him,
Okay.
and you know what I'm saying, it's not his wife, I don't know what the fuck that is, and I don't want nothing to do with it. That's all across the board as I've gotten older and
I
wiser.
get what he's saying.
Like, if a man got a woman with him and he say, hey, hold on, man, how you doing? This is my lady, so-and-so, so-and-so. It makes me say, okay, this is his lady. That's what that is. But I'm saying, like, if a man is in the streets with a woman, sitting next to a woman, and all like this, whatever, and this bitch ain't been explained,
Right.
I'm like, hold on. What
Who
the
is
fuck
you?
is this sucker shit? Especially if it's imposed in any way. That's what I'm saying, G. And I know you know what I'm talking about, because you ain't finna act like you ain't smart. You smart than a motherfucker.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, if somebody,
Wow.
if somebody introduces you, if somebody took the time,
I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, what is he talking
if
about?
somebody actually walks in and takes
Ho,
the time
ho, ho.
to
I'm
introduce
missing
you
some
to somebody,
context
that's being-
here. Ruff says he talking about Anton now because he got a chick with him. Oh, he taking shots? Okay. So wait, first, real quick. I'm a new internet person. Is Anton married and he got a chick with him right now? Is that what he's insinuating? Is that what he's insinuating right here? Hold on.
Imposed. I'm like, uh-oh.
There's people in the
That's
chat
how
say,
I
what
see
is
it.
Cory talking about? All the uninitiated don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm like,
uninitiated.
don't introduce me to, especially if I know that person. or
That's how I believe that.
This is what I know.
I
This is
think
what
you're
I am.
putting me- that
This
may-
is, I admit that I am a C student.
in what?
In
like,
life and everything.
Okay.
And school and
He
everything.
playing-
I'm
he
a C
playing dumb
student.
right
so
now.
the way I like to do it is I like for people to break it down to me like a C student. Help me to understand like I'm barely graduating. Break it down to me like a little child.
Now, if Cory is talking about what I just said, and as far as the missing context, and Anton has a woman with him that's not his wife and he married, and if he go down this conversation street, then Cory got his lick back. That's bait. That's bait. And if Anton is saying, explain it to me like I'm a C student, you took the bait. I don't know. Again, y'all, this is an organic reaction. I have never seen this. Y'all saying in the chat the context is coming. Y'all probably seen this shit already. So thank y'all for letting me know. But I'm telling y'all strategically, because I have not seen this. If Cory is saying what he's saying, the way that it's sounding like it is, right? And if Anton is saying, explain it to me like I'm a 3-year-old, that opens the door for Cory to go, well, you here with a bitch. You here with a thick bitch. Where your wife? That's bait. I don't know if this is going to happen.
The way that you would talk to a child, talk to me.
Right.
That's why I like to do it. And it's easier for me to digest it.
I like that you said that, but see, I'm at a stage of the game. I ain't got time to talk to kids.
Why not?
I don't got time to talk to kids. My kids grown, and I'm saying like if they ask me to go to the school and speak to the children, I would tell the children to do what's right, because I know that's what they're supposed to do. I'll be like, listen, do what's right. Whenever you get that feeling like you're doing something wrong, then step back and do what's right. That's what I would tell kids. That way I would be able to speak from the heart.
So
Not
you're one of
going
those
for
do
it.
what I say, not what I
No.
I said do what's right.
Let me tell you what my translation
what
of
I-
that is. This is my translation of that. I don't want to substantiate my argument, or I don't want to break it down to where you'll actually understand it, because you may be able to break down what it is that I'm saying. So I choose to only speak in riddles, and I also want to speak in parables, because then I could say, well, if you don't know, you don't know, you don't get it. Now, I might get it. I might know exactly what you're talking about, but I might act like I don't know what you're talking about because I want you to substantiate your argument. So that's what I stand on.
But
Substantiating your argument, if based on what the chat is saying to me right now, brother, you don't need this argument substantiated if you out there playing games on your wife. See, I'm so glad we did this topic tonight. I was going to get at Scott Adams' dead ass. That's what tonight's show was going to be. Then this happened. So I got that content coming for y'all in a second. Tomorrow, subscribe to the channel. I'll give y'all the Scott Adams breakdown. Yeah. But anyway, brother, if you are walking down the street of getting somebody to substantiate their argument and you got a wife and it look crazy, even if you're not doing nothing with the other woman, even if you're not, it casts your wife in a bad light. Okay? It casts your wife in a bad light to everybody that don't know, because I don't know. And again, y'all, I'm new to the internet. I'm 87 years old. This internet is new to me. I was outside doing things. I was selling Betamax tapes and DVDs. I'm really a vampire, okay? I'm Lestat. I've been around for 1,000 years at this point. So this internet thing's a little bit new to me, and I'm just getting caught up. All right? So if I don't know, then that means don't nobody else know. But if I know you married and you got a side chick and you brought your side chick with you, but if I'm Anton, I don't try to get somebody to substantiate that argument. If you moving around out here strange, maybe y'all know. Okay, Prince says exposing side chicks is breaking the man code. Fuck out of here. If you so principled that you say this how I move and I stand on business, I stand on business. All right, then say it, especially with a motherfucker that say what you really feel, because that's what it sounds like Anton saying. Say what you really feel then. Oh, what I feel is, who the fuck is this? Who this chick right here? This ain't, who this? Who this woman? That's a Color Purple reference for you young whippersnappers. All right? Who this woman? Say it. At the end of the day, it's not honorable. So I ain't know he was on that. Again, I'm new to all of this. I just became an internet streamer, whatever. Right. Cory ain't no dummy. He's seen something that don't give coworker. 1,000%. 1,000%. Anton Daniels saying what he really feels. Okay, maybe he is. He said Cory a hypocrite, but Anton married doing hypocrite shit. Getting me, y'all getting me caught up. Like an episode of motherfucking baddies out here now. It's like the baddies out this joint. I'm getting taken into a whole nother, which goes back to men. Govern your lust. I've been falsely accused, man. Okay? I have been falsely accused before. I have had people use my past false accusations against me. Men, govern your lust. Anton seems like he's going in the right direction. I will absolutely slam dunk Anton Daniels in certain conversations. See, I'm right of center politically because I'm a libertarian. However, I've been a Democrat, I've been a registered Republican, and I'm a libertarian, probably going in the direction of independent and ANCAP, more than likely. However, I like Anton in some of his takes, but I see the limitations. As same as I see the limitations in Cory's perspective. But Cory's far less well-read than Anton is. So Anton already has some issues with a Philly dude by the name of Mark Lamont Hill. That's the homie. Okay? I'm saying this to say, I'll smoke these types of people boots all day. My point in saying that, it's not about this thing. I'm saying I definitely know I can smoke your boots if you walking around here with a side chick when everybody knows that you're married. Now, if you into polyamory and polygamy and you just don't want to own it because you say you a conservative Christian and your wife is okay with this side chick Mika, you still ain't living in your truth, which means you walking around. Don't try to get at somebody for their lies when your life could get got at with the truth. I'm just saying. This is looking a little more interesting to me now.
But that's why I say break it down to me like a C student so that I can truly understand exactly what you're talking about. So that we all can understand it because we all may need to learn something.
Right. So
That's
look,
what
what
the
you
OGs
said,
do, they teach, right?
you said you go, but what you said in there, that was a key word. You act like you don't know. And I know you act like you don't know, brother.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You just said it. Believe me,
Why
you said
is
it.
Phil laughing?
Phil's silly. He's silly.
Look,
Philly
you know
trying
what?
to look. It was an intense moment in here, Anton, and we trying to make it where it is professional. We trying to make it where it ain't what everybody said might be or whatever the fuck. Because I ain't with all that. I ain't got to go to war with no man who visited our show and probably didn't understand one thing, how I was thinking, and I probably didn't understand one thing, how he was thinking.
Cory not gonna have me back on the show, y'all.
You funny, man. You
not gonna have
funny.
me back on the show.
If I wasn't gonna have you back on the show, I wouldn't have shook your hand. I hope you believe that. When I caught myself, I was like,
You know what I'm
man,
doing
this
right
man
now,
don't know that
Phil?
he
I'm putting
did that.
pressure on him to get me back on the show.
But it ain't working
By
like that.
saying that he not going because
It ain't gonna work like that. But I'm saying,
Cory don't like this, dog. He don't like this.
What? I think it's
wait, what Cory don't
listen.
like? Why you talking to that man over there? I'm sitting right here.
Because I got to talk to Phil. I'm talking to Cory through Phil. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. Here's the thing.
Them the games with
these
niggas get in the
Illuminati
fight.
type.
I'm telling
Are these brothers in fraternities? Let's get all right. Now I got to equally shit on both of these dudes. Somebody, because I don't know. Are these dudes in fraternities? See, I ain't finished high school. All right? I'm just a self-read, self-taught dude. They saying a lot of fucking secret. Joe Budden and them do that shit on the podcast over there too. A lot of insider. Oh, we'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it off camera. Man, fuck out of here. Don't talk about shit off camera. Don't give me no motherfucking passive aggressive, secret Scooby-Doo type of shit. I ain't into that. I ain't into that. Say what the fuck you mean, man. Y'all had no problem when y'all was being aggressive towards each other. Now when women in the conversation, now all of a sudden we Scooby-Doo got to keep we the mystery machine. We the mystery machine now. Now it's a mystery. See, I ain't with all of that backdoor and I'm just I can't tell it to you how that you ain't gonna get none of that shit from me. Right now they both looking real pussy, real marshmallow right now to me. And can't neither one of them do shit to me. You know what I'm saying? They'll try to these people try to ignore people like me, and I like to be ignored. Don't say if I say something about you, don't say nothing about me on your show. That's how I'm gonna play that. Everybody that I talk to and do breakdowns, because I'm a YouTuber now. I want the internet. I took the Second Amendment. I did what that did. I made the hood get guns, millions upon millions of guns. I did that. Now I'm adding something else to my repertoire. I might fuck around and get on Twitch too, right? So let's set a precedent around here. When I see people being very, very passive aggressive and all of this save face type of shit, speaking in codes, if I critique you, I get to critique you, and this is for anybody. If you come across this 2 years later, I'm talking about you. If I say something about you, just deal with it. Just deal with it. Don't say nothing about me. Don't say nothing. The YouTube space is mine now. The internet is mine now. It's mine. If you either a solutionary and you down with us, we the JBM. Get down or fucking lay down. That's the new wave. If you ain't solutionary, you wrong. Okay? And these gentlemen right now is moving real suspect and funny in the light in this part of the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Be direct. We're going to make masculinity great again. Okay? All of this, when it comes, soon as they started having a conversation about women, everybody got real fucking mum's the word, pretending like it's some sort of bro code. Y'all's about to just go out back. Y'all ain't bros. Y'all don't even know each other. Fuck out of here. Stop. We're going to address principles, standards directly. And I get to do it because I'm smarter and better than all of y'all. If you in the YouTube space, if you got a podcast, all 8 million of y'all, I don't care how many fans and followers you got. You can't shoot better than me. You don't lift better than me. You don't look better than me. You don't got shoulders like me. You don't read as much as me. You don't serve the community as much as me. I'll submit to people that can cross all of those, check all of those bars better than me. If that ain't you, then whatever. I get to critique you. You don't get to say shit about me. This is my space now. I'm going to be here for a while. If it's a nickel bag sold in the park, I want in on that YouTube shit. Rumble shit. All of that social media shit. Speak direct, man. Men, govern your fucking lust. Men, have purpose. This don't sound like, cause I've been chilling on these motherfuckers a little bit. Cory, you 57 years old. You got glitter all over your fucking hoodie. I ain't never seen that. The fuck you sparkling for, bro? What, you an avion out here? You a mineral water out this bitch? Cut it out. Talking about, I'm just for the bro code. But I ain't with all of that shit. We ain't with that shit. Let's get to it. What the fuck we talking about?
Here's the thing.
This is how it jump off. Go ahead.
Cory not going to have me back on the show because Cory is not having fun right now. This is going to be one of Cory's best shows, but he's not having fun right now.
That's fair to say.
And Cory seems to be a feeler. I'm more of a results-driven guy. Cory seems to be the type of person that goes off of how he feels.
That's
if you
true.
notice, I'm doing a lot of explaining to you about how the line can get crossed, but you're doing a lot of telling me what I am. I think that's homosexual behavior.
I said
it's not
Cory
homosexual
seems
behavior.
to be, meaning that I'm leaving open a door to get corrected. I want him to correct me if I'm wrong, but I still want the freedom to be able to give my opinion. So you don't want me to get my
You
thoughts?
can have the freedom, brother.
Why
What
is
I
that-
look like
why
trying to
is
take
everything-
freedom from you?
No. I'm starting to feel some type of way, bro, because why is everything homosexual to you?
Well, this is what I'm saying. Like, if,
When did
I'm gonna try to
when did the
explain.
conversation turn into homosexuality again?
Okay, I'm gonna let you land.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna let you land because I don't want to talk over you. or
I'm
nothing.
trying to understand it. Why is everything gay?
I can
don't get
explain it. I can explain
Okay,
it.
go ahead.
Maybe look, I'm not saying that you gay, but what I'm saying is if you looking at another man and you say you talking to me through another man, if I'm a man, I'm gonna say, well, I'm right here.
Yeah,
you're
but how
not
that's
getting it.
homosexual?
You still talk about me. Homie, this is a gay conversation.
It's not.
When you talking to men who play in riddles and stuff like that, I'm telling you,
You the one that's talking in riddles. I'm
you
talking
ain't never been to
straight talk.
jail, have
Y'all both was talking in fucking riddles when it came to women, and that is gay. Make masculinity great again. Do these brothers work out? What's their squat? Can they bench 225? I don't know, bro. Like
you?
Hell no, I ain't never been to jail.
I
Why
could
would been to
tell.
jail?
I could tell.
You been to jail?
Nope. Nope.
So what the fuck that mean then?
I'm just saying, like, if you went to jail, they would have to start you over from scratch.
How you
What would they do to you?
The people who
You would be the tough one.
No. Just let me land with this. The people
I don't
who
think from a jail perspective, nigga. I'm not a jailbird. I'm never going to jail.
I see.
What the fuck is we
well,
talking
you can't
about?
say what you'll never do, but I'm
I'm
saying.
never going to jail, bro.
Right.
Okay.
I don't even have that in, dog. I don't even like that type of energy.
I'm just trying to make a point. Anton. What I'm saying is, I have been around enough people who have been institutionalized where I know how to carry myself around men who not finna play with you. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I don't hang around niggas that been to jail, so I saw for it.
right.
The way you saw for it is a little bit different than the way I saw for it.
Okay.
So I choose not to hang around niggas that's been institutionalized that had to carry themselves a certain way because they made a decision that they wasn't supposed to make.
Wait, though. See, so now he's trying to play what he's saying a little bit. He's saying level of respect and masculinity that certain men that have been in life or death situations that their defense and a certain standard has been upheld, he knows how to operate around those type of men. He's erroneously associating that only with jailbird shit, meaning Cory. Anton is then going and saying, hey, I don't be around. Listen, I live militant like I'm fucking in jail right now. Okay? Somebody just asked. As a matter of fact, Charlo just said this. I don't know, Maj, but what time we getting up for the gym tomorrow? The stream went a little bit longer tonight. My alarm goes off at 3:30 a.m. I'll be at the gym by 4 a.m. I will have worked out, showered, read, had coffee, meditated before most motherfuckers even got out of bed. That is masculine, that is militant, and that's not associated with jailbird shit. And no, you're not going to do certain homosexual shit or acts to me, and I also don't give a fuck what you say about me. That's masculine. Okay? That's masculine. But all of this, like, Anton trying to push back against that a little bit. He deliberately trying to miss the point on that one.
You know, it shows that you've been around people that ain't seen the other side of the game. Because some of the smartest men I know have been, they've been to college and gave that time up. And it was actually a learning process for them. But they still got to stand 10 toes down when they out here, Anton. I don't believe that you tried to disrespect me now that I've been talking to you. I don't believe that. I believe that you are the way you are. I am the way I am. And it can clash if people are not educated on how to be around each other because men can go to war over misunderstanding.
He's throwing an intellectual shot right now.
He is.
What am I doing?
So without saying it, he's basically saying, oh, you from a different space.
Right.
So you don't get the way that we move over here.
Over here or anywhere in the United States of America, and that's not a black thing. I'm talking about Caucasians, Hispanics, and Asians understand the respect level men must have when they're in front of each other because it can trigger war. That's all I'm saying to you.
I understand everything that happens when it happens. I'm a chess player. That's what I've been playing my entire life. Okay. Maybe you walked into something that you wasn't expecting.
I don't go with.
Maybe I knew what you was gonna do before you did it.
Maybe. Maybe. But I tell you what. That's a dangerous game to play, especially if you got a life that you live in. Because I'm telling you, man, it's a lot of people in the cemetery that didn't know it was gonna happen like that fast. That's why out here I try to walk under the code. There's a code out here.
No, you don't. And that's why I said
you say I don't walk under the code?
No, you're hypocritical. I told you that to your face.
The whole world is a hypocrite, but what are you talking about?
No, you're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite when it comes.
I believe you.
When it comes to specifically you moving by a code.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Because you think that you can say what you want to say when you want to say it, and that people are supposed to respect the way that you move. But I don't think that you move the way that you're supposed to anyway.
Right. I want this thing to be studied because here's the truth. Brother Anton is talking about everybody else but himself and white men. This is a fact.
We coming full circle.
I like this chat. Let me tell y'all
He's
why I
talking
like
about
the chat.
Everything but himself and white men.
No, listen. I told you I want to come back and have a full conversation about it, or we can talk about it right now. I ain't got nothing better to do.
Study this episode.
Shout out to the
shit on Caucasian males.
Shout out to the chat.
Shit on
I'm not gonna shit on nobody.
Yeah, you shitted on black people. You shitted on motherfuckers.
I feel like I shitted on you. To your face. To your face.
Be careful shitting on me because I feel like you're talking shit again.
I'm not talking shit. I'm telling you.
Be careful.
I'm telling you.
You shitted on me to my face, but that shit will lead to some danger.
Will we please stop the
trust me,
the tough talk? I got security, you got security.
Homie, I ain't got security. Them my people.
Cool. Them your
You
gotta
people. Hire a motherfucker to be with you.
Absolutely. I'm always gonna hire somebody.
You better.
100%.
How you be talking?
Cory, stop talking tough. Stop talking.
Homie, you
just said that.
I'm not talking tough. I'm talking to you straight up.
Why are you so?
You said you disrespected me in my face, and then you act like it was all good.
That I disrespected you to your face. So I'm confirming what you said. You felt disrespected. So I am telling you that I disrespected you if that's the way you felt. Is that not what you said? You said that out of your mouth. And so I apologize when you said that you felt disrespected.
No. The reason you said you disrespected me in my face
because you don't accept the apology because you still
talk about everybody else except yourself and white men.
I'm telling you what I said. You felt offended by it, so I apologize. All I'm doing is rehashing a conversation that happened. Why are you so easily offended?
That's a legitimate question.
Talk about me? It sounds like I'm arguing
because I'm right.
Oh.
I'll be around bitches and they tell me about myself all the time. Be gone.
No.
That shit don't hurt no feelings. It's probably better this way.
Because I just proved my point.
Be down. So you proved the point. Homie, just gone, man. Just gone, man.
You
just
hypocrite. I'm about to jet.
You done did this before. Get your bitch ass to...
now we calling him a bitch ass.
And walk over there with your bodyguard and your bitch, nigga. Walk over there with your bodyguard and your bitch.
Oh.
You proved my point.
I got shit to do.
You're right.
Don't bring bitches up here, dog, that you ain't finna stand on.
Oh.
Remember I told you that.
Maj was right again. There's side bitches in the room.
If you got a bitch with you, explain the bitch. Don't ask her to be on my show, nigga. Can she be on the show? I don't know that bitch, nigga. Now get your whole ass the fuck on and pay for your pussy like you got to, cake ass nigga. And go get you a bodyguard because the nigga be done slap the shit out your bitch ass. I got shit to do. I ain't finna follow that nigga out the door. I am who I say I am. I stand on it. Fuck a friend.
Yeah, bro.
Who the next motherfucker to come up here? What up?
So there's a new word in the dictionary called rage bait, right? So that's what you just witnessed.
So rage bait. Let me tell you something.
It's a new word.
That ain't no new word.
Okay, bet. It's
Let me
old
tell you
behavior,
something.
new word.
Where I'm from, if a nigga say something about sucking dick, nigga, it's on.
So he been waiting this whole time to bring it back to that. All right, y'all. I listen. I want to hear from y'all in the chat, Solutionaries. We came, I thought we made some progress. We came all the way back to the niggatry. Okay? We just witnessed the nigga moment. Twice in one episode. Twice. This might be the longest show I've ever done. I'm practicing my streaming. I want to hear from y'all in the chat, y'all. So I was right. It was a side chick that was present. Cory started to poke at that. That was his Achilles heel. Right? He couldn't get his get back through other means, so he went to his side chick. And Anton got emotional. That tells me something. That tells me something. The mythological chess man just got emotional and stormed out the spot. I don't know. Jason said he pulled the cornball move. Adrian said if I was Anton, I wouldn't have stayed either. Johnny said, that's my guy. Johnny said it was a bad look for both of them. Wild Cell says Anton was winning until he just walked off. Charlo just trying to worry about what time we getting up to go to the fucking gym. Charlo a fucking solutionary. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all staying up. Hold up. Caramel Wonder says it's not a side chick. She's a host on the show. And Main Out says she's not a side chick. I don't know, y'all. He seemed to get very emotionally engaged and triggered by the side chick or the co-host. And the threat of going to a fight, he didn't have a problem staying and talking it out. But as soon as Cory started bringing up the chick, the co-worker, the co-host, oh, that's your assistant. Okay? Then you got, now I got to get up and I got to leave. Hey. Cepha 9132 says, hold on, let me see. Cory was doing all right until he felt disrespected. Both lost. What man travels with another woman outside of his wife? You men, y'all got to keep it in your pants. Yasheri says, I'm clapping my assistant as part of the game. You gonna die. You gonna get AIDS. You gonna get AIDS and die in your bed like Scott Adams. Albie Fresh says, Anton's a sucker. You can't call a woman on with a bitch. Maybe. The Main Out says his wife hangs out with her. All right. That doesn't mean that she's not a side chick. Oh, let's be clear. She might be a sister wife, but he don't want to own that truth. Could be that. Could be that. Prince says, you ain't heard of a road wife? Listen, I'm afraid. I'm definitely afraid of women. I've had my share. Y'all follow me. Y'all see it. I can have my pick of whichever one. I'm afraid. Wrong woman. Even a side one that your wife is aware of. Your wife could be aware of it and y'all got an arrangement. I'm not judging for that. I'm not judging that. But if that woman gets offended or upset or whatever, she could ruin your empire. Y'all motherfuckers seen Troy? I'm gonna start doing movie reviews for y'all. Y'all seen Troy? Helen of Troy. Brad Pitt, Orlando Bloom. Amazing movie. Women start wars, and that's the point that Anton was making. But he was making that point. It was an underhanded way of making that point to try to get him back for what he said about dick sucking. That's crazy, y'all. Anton's subscriber said he was crushing on her a while ago. What's she look like? Somebody DM me. I don't know what she look like, bro. What's her features? Y'all know we men mostly. Ladies, please. This the after hours version. This the longest stream I've ever done. Okay. What's her features, y'all? Tell me what her features is. She got a big mouth. She got a big rack. She got hips. She got wagon. What's up? What she got? You know what I'm saying? What she got? Because if she a slim thickie with a huge rack, Mika, that's what her name is, and she traveling with him, flirting with all the workers. It's bad money. Mika Straight, she has a podcast. Man, listen, they all got a pod. All of that. What's that chick that was on NFL or Fox or whatever that they all was slam dunking? Come on, man. He flirt with all his workers. That's bad money, in my opinion. Even if it's just a perception that he not really. JD Vance, not Vance. What's it? Mike Pence. Mika bad? Joy Taylor, that's who it was. Adrian said Mika bad. I ain't gonna Google her. I don't care. I don't look at these. Man, listen. If it ain't Oprah Winfrey, you feel me? If it ain't Oprah for me, Rihanna was supposed to be for me, but she went and did something stupid. She went ahead and let a pretty boy. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? But now I'm back to my mind, in my right mind. If it ain't Oprah, I don't want it. If it ain't Oprah, I don't want it. You feel me? I'm telling you, oh, somebody just sent me a pic. All right. She follows me. This chick, this is who y'all talking about? She follows me. Oh, no, oh, no. Oh, no. Hey, she do got a big mouth. We follow each other on the gram, matter of fact. Oh, yeah. Anton, come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. Matter of fact, let me make sure if this the same John. Let me look on the gram real quick. Her John like Culture Pop or something. What's her name? What's her name, bro? Somebody tell me her John on the gram. I think she followed me on the gram. Yup. I follow her too. Oh nah, Anton, come on, bruh. We ain't come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. Stop it. Stop it. This one? I mean, it's a good look in the sense of, I don't want to say nothing rude about the sister. Now that I know that the sister follows me, it's a little different. You know what I mean? It's a little different. So I'm gonna be respectful. However, this is an attractive young lady. Okay? I don't know when we started following each other. I don't know. Anyway, this is an attractive young lady. Okay? His wife might be down with it. Let's be honorable for a second. Maybe the wife cool with it. If the brother say that's just his assistant or she a co-host, I'm gonna take him at his word. But we can also play hypotheticals too. If the brother say that, I'm gonna take him at his word, but we could play hypotheticals. Hypothetically, on the outside looking in, if you got something like that floating around with you traveling solo, it looked like you a slam dunker. It looked like she there for the slam dunk. You know what I'm saying? And I've been in a lot of conservative rooms. It's a few of them. There's a couple of them that I tried to slam dunk. I mean, not a lot. You gotta be special. You gotta be strong. You gotta have some of the features that I like. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't really slam dunk none of them really in the conservative space. But there's a few of them that I thought about and was like, you know what I'm saying? However, as a married man, I'm not floating around with nothing like that if my wife not with it and it's all, and I don't mean with it in the sense of like whatever they may or may not have going on, right? I'm just saying to the outside looking in, and if you don't care, I understand it, but I wouldn't do that. Unless my wife was 1,000% like whatever, but perception could be a reality for a lot of people. See, I didn't know that's who they was talking about. So I understand what Cory, see, now this is where context taps in, folks. I avoid that conflict. Matter of fact, should I unfollow her? Because you know what I mean? I don't even know how, do she follow me? I think she follow me. Yeah, she do. We follow each other. Let's see who the mutuals is. Okay, I see why she follow me. She follows a lot of conservative. She follows Be More Conservative. She follows Zuby. She follows ABL. She follows Tommy Lahren. She follows Key. She follows Dave. She follows Derek Grace. All right, so I get that. I get that. That's not a, you know what I mean? But on the outside looking in, you know what I'm saying? She, and again, I don't think I've ever, let me see, let me check the DM, because y'all gonna think I'm lying or whatever. I don't think I ever DM Shorty. And I don't think she ever DM me. She has not. She has not. All right? I ain't never DM her. She ain't never DM me. And I'm saying that in the most respectful way. I'm being legit with y'all. We follow each other. Sister's an attractive sister. I wouldn't go nowhere with her alone. Nope. No, sir. No, sir. Not me. If I was, you know what I mean? Because I can see how that could look. I don't know. Somebody says she in the chat. I ain't, listen. This is why I try not to meet a lot of people. I try to meet people, but I try not to meet people that I might do some content on. Because I don't want it to come off, like if I'm rude to you, if you was rude to me, then I don't give a fuck. But I don't want this sister, now that I know she follow me and I follow her, I don't want it to come off like I'm trying to be rude to this sister, right? Somebody says she might be in the chat. I don't want no smoke, sister. To that Nubian queen, I don't want no smoke. Bookworm say she a groupie. No, you can't do that. She ain't got no message in my DM. It could be carpooling. It could. All right, let's argue the positive side of it. What if she got a relationship, a positive business relationship only with Anton? He like, yo, you should meet the bull because you should do the show too. Like, I put a lot of people on. Some of the people that y'all know and respect, I've behind the scenes, plugged them with other people, right? Matter of fact, Shamika just tried to plug me with somebody. I mean, I ain't gonna go too far into it, but I will say this. Shamika Michelle, if y'all don't know, Shamika, Angela Stanton King, Sonny Johnson, Adrian Norman, and a couple of other people, we did a panel on CPAC, right? It was the best panel CPAC ever had. Shamika has tried to plug me with people even very recently, right? Roland Martin, I ain't gonna say the show or nothing like that, and this is me saying this, not Shamika, right? Because then I don't want that to get put around. Oh, Shamika, you know what I'm saying? We support each other and we try to plug people and throw the alley-oop to each other. So I'm gonna be very, very clear about that. It's people that y'all have seen go be on shows that I might have created the whole concept of the show and then plugged my people with the person of the host and didn't let nobody know. So there's the potential, male and female. There is the potential for that to exist too. I don't want to make it all, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to make it one way. So, and especially now knowing that the sister follows me, I don't want nobody to take nothing disrespectful. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no problems with nobody, right? At all. However, I do understand how this could look, especially like you said, if Cory and Anton don't know each other. Midas Touch says, Anton having a side chick / co-worker in this situation is a little off topic. Hold up, that shit just disappeared. What's the moral? What's the moral of the story? Midas Touch, you late as shit. We done talked. We've been on this joint for 2.5 hours. Okay. Is this the same Anton Daniels that played for the Wizards? Fuck no, bro. What are y'all talking about right now? So I want to be clear, y'all. We just had a full circle moment. Again, respect to everybody involved. I don't know the sister. I've never had an engagement with the sister. The sister has never tried to send me any type of DMs. I don't want no smoke. Okay? Respectfully to all parties involved. Context, nuance, layers, objective thought, critical thought, logical thought is what we strive for. Resolution, de-escalation is what we should all strive for. That Carlton breakdown that I was talking about earlier, Shamika Michelle said that on that CPAC panel. All right? You don't have to be Will or Carlton all of the time. You should be capable of being Will and Carlton when appropriate. You should strive to have a holistic approach to how you view the world, situation by situation, based off of the individual in front of you, right? And you should be looking for the context, right? You should be looking for the context. I'm looking for the context to make everybody seem their best light. I am open to going, but they may not be doing their best light shit. I can understand if somebody goes, why are you bringing this chick up here to ask me, can she do your show? Is that your wife? I can understand an old school dude. Cory Holcomb's a youngin' to me. Cory Holcomb's 57. I'm 97 years old. Okay? So I understand he a little bit younger than me, but he comes from an era that says, hey, is that your wife? We don't do the side pieces kept in the side. We don't court him around. But if he don't know the relationship that Anton has with this sister here, Mika, then he could be misreading that. Our job is to be objective, not deliberately throw negativity on somebody unintentionally, and try our best to not even do it unintentionally, to avoid conflict, to resolve it, and try to maintain a network and strengthen each other. That's the biggest thing, the takeaway that we can have from tonight's show. Anyway, guys, we went super long tonight. Pause. We went super long tonight. All right? We found out some things about my following. Okay? I've shown y'all that I'm not just hopping in random DMs. I got some DMs from back in the day. I got some bad bitches that be trying it in my DMs. I will promise you that. Okay? Well, we've also went and understood that I am traumatized. I've been falsely accused. I've had that used, even the false accusation used against me. Right? And this is the lesson that comes from, hey, govern your lust, man. Hey, men, you don't know somebody else's ethos. And this translates outside of the internet world. This translates into why you moving around with a firearm, as you should be. Okay? We got to make sure that we're paying attention to this from a holistic perspective. This is why we tap into these pop culture topics on the show. This is why I'm practicing on being a streamer, being an internet motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do streams. I'm trying to get my internet up. And if you guys want to support the channel, support the work, support the show, go over to givesendgo.com/solutionary. All right? givesendgo.com/solutionary. If you got some value from the show, we could definitely use your support there. Okay? Every donor over the $100 level, I got something special for you. I ain't going to tell you what it is. Every donor over the $100 level, you get access to something special. But if you can't give $100 to pay it forward for others to learn firearms basics and things of that nature, if you can't do that, give it whatever level you can. Support the channel, subscribe, obviously, share this all over the space. And we will see you guys. Everybody that has other questions, shoot me a DM. Email me, maj2ray@solutionaryuniversity.org. I want to chop it up with y'all in the DMs after this. I'll probably just stay up. I got to be at the gym. My alarm will go off at 3:30 in the morning. And I sacrificed some sleep with you guys tonight. And I'm honored to do that with you all. So please, if you got some value from the show, share the space all over the place. Hit the repost button. Give it a quote post. Subscribe to the channel. Most of y'all that's watching the show are not subscribed to the YouTube channel. Please subscribe. YouTube.com/@maj2ray. And I will see you guys in a DM. Don't be sending me no fucking, you know what I mean, ladies. We ain't on it that way. Unless you're sending me some Bitcoin in the DM, ladies. You got this dick ain't free. You have to pay for that. But nonetheless, I will see you guys next week, as opposed to everybody else that I'm gonna be chopping it up with in the DM. GiveSendGo.com/solutionary. If everybody in here, there's a few hundred of y'all, 400 or 500 of y'all watching right now. If everybody donates $10, that helps out a whole lot. It helps out with our free classes. We talk about these things to give conversation, perspective, sharpening each other. We entertain each other. We joke, we laugh, we converse, we commune. But guys, we still have work to do. Please, everybody, go over to givesendgo.com/solutionary. Donate $10. If 400 or 500 people do it, that helps out the work that we do, keeping these classes free to all for everybody. It helps out tremendously. Thank you all. I'll see y'all same time next week. Same channel. Be safe. Be solution.